Welcome back, Endgame family. It is Tuesday, and you know what that means? It's waivers. That's right. Waivers run in pretty much like 90% of leagues tonight. So you got to get those claims in. You got to know who's the right players to add, who are the right players to drop, who you should not give up on too soon, as we've seen with players like, I don't know, Chase Brown, Josh Downs, Rico Dowdle, people that were given up on too soon and now are kind of like, let me go pick these guys back up if they are up there. Well, I'm going to get you ready for all that. Of course, I will be here for as long as it takes, a couple hours, 3 hours, whatever we need. Get through as many questions as we can tonight. Get those claims in. Help you out with any trade advice you might have, maybe some start sits, whatever you got. I'm here for it. Before we dive into the questions, let's kind of just quickly run down the landscape, I guess, of what's going on in fantasy football right now. The injuries you need to know that could impact who you drop, who you pick up. And of course, the big one we got to start off with is Rashee Rice. I'm still optimistic here. Not optimistic that he's going to play this week. They've already said he's not playing this week. But the fact that we haven't heard that it's an ACL gives me a glimmer of hope that it's not a season-ending injury. Now, will we see him back in the fantasy season? I don't know, but there's still hope. So my advice right now, if you have Rashee Rice, obviously if you have an IR spot, put him on IR. Easy. I know a lot of leagues, you don't have an IR spot. So if I've got Rashee Rice and I don't have an IR spot, I'm not dropping Rashee Rice because there's still a chance here until I hear that the Chiefs officially say, yeah, his season is done. I'm not dropping him. So don't panic yet. I think it's actually good news that we haven't heard the dreaded A word or the 3-letter acronym. You know what I'm talking about. ACL. I can say it. I think it's good news we haven't heard that yet. So, not out of the clear here, but I think there's still a chance. So don't drop Rashee Rice yet. Please don't. Running back, Jonathan Taylor. This is a little concerning because he's had ankle injury issues in the past, and now he's dealing with, they're saying it's a mild high ankle sprain. I didn't know high ankle sprains could be mild. I just thought they were bad. There's definitely a chance he misses this week. Obviously, we don't know yet. It's only Tuesday. But I would say if you've got Jonathan Taylor, you probably want to pick up Trey Sermon. If you're in a deep league and you need a potential running back spot start this week, you want to pick up Trey Sermon because he looks like the guy behind Jonathan Taylor right now. He looks like the clear number 2. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Trey Sermon is anything special as a running back. He's not, but if he's getting the touches in this offense, they get Jacksonville this week. That's a good matchup. I think you could do worse than Trey Sermon as a spot start this week off the waiver wire. Of course, if Jonathan Taylor misses. So we'll have more on this as the week goes on, and we'll see his practice reports. But, I mean, a high ankle sprain, even mild, seems, tough to come back from. But I'm not a doctor, so who knows? Also, sticking in that Colts offense, we got Anthony Richardson, of course, left that game with hip injury. Said it's okay. Like, he says he's fine, but it wouldn't shock me if we get slinging Joe Flacco this week, which wouldn't be a bad thing either. And again, going against that Jacksonville defense, this would be great for, of course, Michael Pittman, but also Josh Downs, who is probably going to be one of the hottest waiver wire pickups after being a guy that, we talked about all season, like, hey, late round sleeper Josh Downs. And then, of course, he had that injury. And then it's like, okay, fine, everybody forgets about him. But now he's back. Now he's healthy. He looks good. He's a slot wide receiver in this offense. Alec Pierce, we've seen him just, okay, he had those random first 2 games. He's, one catch last week. A.D. Mitchell, the rookie, having trouble, getting on the field, struggling still as a rookie. So Josh Downs definitely, even with Anthony Richardson, Josh Downs, a priority waiver wire ad this week. No doubt about it. And then kind of forgotten here is Malik Neighbors. Remember on Thursday Night Football, he kind of knocked himself out on that catch on the sidelines in the concussion protocol. This, of course, is going to come down to, does he clear protocol or not? Having the extra rest, right, because they played on Thursday night, having those extra days could help him clear. But if he doesn't, I mean, you got to take a shot on Wan'Dale Robinson because we saw even in that game. I mean, the Giants, it's Daniel Jones is terrible. The Giants' game plan with Daniel Jones, even with a guy as talented and as dynamic as Malik Neighbors, is you know, quick passes, right? Like 5-yard curls, quick slants, quick in-breaking routes, just nice, easy throws for Daniel Jones. But if this is what the offense is going to be, it's got value, right? Even for Wan'Dale Robinson, it's got some value. So especially if Malik Neighbors is out, and Wan'Dale Robinson widely available on a lot of waiver wires out there. Now, it's not the best matchup for him this week against the Seahawks, but at the same time, like, if he's going to get peppered with that many targets, he'll at least be usable for sure. Let's see. Keep going down the injuries. Of course, Christian Watson, another big one here. Again, they're saying that this is another one where they say a mild high ankle sprain. Now, the good news here, I guess, is that he's missing. He's not going to be put on injury reserve, they're saying, at least as of now. But at the same time, again, an ankle sprain for a wide receiver is not good, right? It's just not good. So, not feeling good here. Am feeling good about Dontavian Wicks, though, because this is going to open up the door for Wicks, another guy we talked about as a late-round sleeper, especially when we talked about this Green Bay receiving group. I said a lot of times, I just want the guy going latest. That's Wicks. Wicks is a really good player. He was really good as a rookie last year. Not on the stat sheet, but when you look at him, like you watch him running routes, you watch him as a receiver. Yeah, he had made some mistakes. He was a rookie, but the tools are there for this guy. So he's going to now be the number 2 wide receiver on the outside. Him and Romeo Doubs are going to be the wide receivers in most 2 wide receiver sets. And then, of course, Jaden Reed in there on 3 wide receiver sets out of the slot. So Wicks, another priority pickup. Now, this is a big one. Bijan Robinson. Now, officially, the Falcons have not practiced officially. They had another walkthrough today. He was listed as limited. But remember, it is a short week for the Falcons. They play on Thursday night. He's got some kind of hamstring issue. Maybe this is why we saw his snaps go down a little bit last game. But look, he didn't look bad last game. He had that 28-yard touchdown catch called back on a penalty. He still looked good. So I still feel like he's going to play this week, but definitely we got to watch this one. Tomorrow will be their last chance before Thursday, of course. So keep an eye on this. If for some reason Tyler Algier is on the waiver wire and you have Bijan, or again, you're looking for a potential spot start, he would be a great start this week going against that Tampa Bay run defense. McCaffrey, we got some updates here on McCaffrey. Now, apparently his tendonitis is in both Achilles. According to Kyle Shanahan, it was like it started in the one and then he compensated the guy in the other. Obviously, he went to Germany. Not what you want to hear, but there is reports that he's going to start running soon. So we'll see. Of course, we're going to have to continue to monitor this. Right now, you're just going to roll with Jordan Mason. From what I'm hearing, probably no sooner than November. So at least another 4 weeks, if not longer there, but we'll see. Now, we could have some good tight end news. And we definitely need good tight end news because tight ends suck. David Njoku will return to practice this week, according to reports, which is a good sign for him playing. If you got David Njoku, fire him up. And Evan Ingram could be back this week as well. Again, Evan Ingram, I know he was terrible in week 1, but think back to all the guys in week 1 that were like league winners that haven't done anything since, or all the guys in week 1 who busted who look great now. Like, throw week 1 out the window. Those guys are back. You can fire them up. And then we got, let's see. Well, Nick Chubb, they did open up his practice window for Nick Chubb. That doesn't mean he's back. It just means they have 21 days to activate him, take him off of the PUP list. If for some reason they don't, he has a setback, he's out for the season. Don't think that's going to happen. I don't think this means we're going to see Nick Chubb really soon, but at least it's getting closer here. And Jonathan Brooks, they did not open up his 21-day practice window yet. So may still be a little while for Jonathan Brooks, and especially with Chuba looking so good, maybe there's no rush here for them. And then I saved this one for last, Davante Adams, because not only do we have the hamstring injury that kept him out of week 4 and will probably keep him out of week 5, and even if he plays in week 5, you probably don't want to play him against Pat Surtain. We don't want to do this with Davante Adams. But now he has told the Raiders he's requesting a trade. He wants to be traded, and they're fielding offers for him. Now, the report is they want a second-round pick plus. I'm not sure who's willing to give that up. I know people are going to instantly just say the Jets because of Aaron Rodgers, but I don't think the Jets are the number 1 contender here. Like, Mike Williams is starting to come on. They got Alan Lazard. They got Garrett Wilson. Are they really going to give up a second just to go get Davante Adams at 32 years old or whatever? I mean, one team that makes a lot of sense is the Chiefs. Now I know it's like, hey, well, the Raiders aren't going to trade Devontae Adams to their division rival, but if the Raiders feel like, hey, maybe this is it. This is like Devontae Adams has like one more year left, and then he's going to be dust. If that, we can get a second round pick from the Chiefs, let him go have Adams for a year, and then next year we get a second, and Adams is dust or whatever. I could see it. They obviously need a wide receiver, so maybe there, but they're fielding offers. I mean, there's some other teams, maybe the Rams, depending on how they feel about Puka. Other teams out there that could certainly use the wide receiver help. Probably some other teams I'm not even thinking about right now. So potentially Adams could be on the move here. We will see. But remember, the trade deadline, I think, is still weeks away. So probably not going to see anything imminent from Devontae Adams, but something to keep an eye on. Okay. As I said, now we're all ready for your waiver wire questions. But first, let me remind you before we get to those, if you're on Underdog actually, or you've been thinking about getting on Underdog, this is a great month to do it because it's Boost-tober. Which, by the way, this is my favorite time of year. Fall, Halloween, favorite time of year, no doubt. Underdog doing Boost-tober. So every day through October, all 31 days, they're going to have some kind of profit boost token. Today's profit boost token is a 31% profit boost token on a WNBA entry. Now, I get it if you're like, I don't know anything about WNBA. I get it. I'm with you there. But if you're into it, if you just, you just want to take advantage of this profit boost token, go for it. As long as you do an WNBA pick. I don't know if you have to do the whole pick'em has to be WNBA or just at least one of the picks has to be WNBA. But again, if you've been on the fence about Underdog, they're going to be doing this every day this month. A profit boost, some kind of profit boost token. You want to be on Underdog. And of course, if you haven't tried Underdog yet, you also get, of course, your free customer picks. I know you know Kirk Cousins. I know you know this because you're on a fantasy football stream. So every new customer that joins right now and uses our promo code ENDGAME is going to get this Kirk Cousins new customer special free pick on Thursday Night Football. He just has to get 1 yard and you win. You can just pair this with one other pick, one other like gimme pick, and you win your first entry. And best of all, you can win on Underdog's dime. That's right. You can sign up now using promo code ENDGAME, get that Kirk Cousins pick, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash. So you can actually take Underdog's money, take the free pick they give you, take whatever profit boost they give you, put them all together, and win money on Underdog's dime. And then, of course, I also need to let you know, Draft Lane. Now, unfortunately, if you have not signed up to Draft Lane yet, you missed out on the free credits, but you can still sign up for Draft Lane. And we have created it now. So if you've heard us talk about Draft Lane, you know it syncs with Sleeper and Yahoo. So we'll actually sync with your Sleeper and Yahoo leagues. So we can actually see your roster, see your waiver wire. If you ask for trade advice, we can see what other teams have, where they're weak, where they're strong, who you could trade for what. But if for some reason you're not on Sleeper or Yahoo, you're on ESPN, NFL, CBS, whatever, we also have a general ask a question on there. Now, we can't see your roster, but kind of like what you do on here, you can type in a question on there as well. And also there's other cool stuff like rankings, so you can see how you rank against your league mates, how you rank against everybody on the platform, league history, all kinds of cool stuff. So check it out. That is Draft Lane. It's on the App Store and Google Play. Go download it if you haven't yet. All right, let me get a sip of water because as you can see, I'm flying solo tonight because Pierre is traveling right now. So my voice is going to take a beating, but that's okay. It's worth it. Now, let me remind you real quick before I get to the questions. I'm about to jump into questions, and don't worry, I will be here as long as I need to be. So, but before I get into questions, I do have to let you know, if you're new, if you haven't done this before, we sometimes get a lot of super chats, and I have to honor the super chats. If somebody is going to take their hard-earned cash and put it on a YouTube question, I got to respect that. I got to answer it. I will 100% guarantee answer every super chat. I will also answer every question from our members because, again, they're paying for that. That doesn't mean I won't answer non-super chat questions. If I see some interesting ones as I'm scrolling through, or I feel like I have time, like it's not overly busy on the super chats, I'll try to answer some non-super chat questions. But if you want to guarantee your question gets answered, you don't want to risk it, drop that super chat, and I promise I will get every single super chat and try to do even more. All right. I think that's it. We are ready for the questions, and I'm going to actually start with a non-super chat because Kevin, over 2 hours ago, dropped this question. Kevin, I hope you're still watching, or I hope you come back to watch and see your question answered. So Kevin wants to know, trading away Jaden Daniels and Garrett Wilson for Amon-Ra and either Downs or Jacoby Myers in a 14-team PPR league. He's got Lamar on the bench. Has Rashee Rice, who went down, and he's worried about Devontae Adams. Yeah, I'm not worried about Devontae Adams to the Jets. I don't know. I don't feel like the Jets, they're going to look at their team and say, that's the missing piece here. Maybe, depending on the cost, but I don't know. I'm not too worried about that. But this is an interesting deal. I would certainly take Amon-Ra over Wilson. You already have Lamar. I do like Downs. I kind of wish it was a little bit more than Downs. Could we get, let me see here. Could we get, so we got JD, we got Daniels and Garrett Wilson, who I did put on the buy low today. I still do like Garrett Wilson. This actually says it's pretty fair here, but I feel like I want a little bit more than Downs. But I don't really know who. I think it's okay because you have Lamar already. I know JD's been great, but it's not like Lamar's been bad. Maybe if you could get a little bit more than Downs, but honestly, if this is the bet, if your trade partner's nope, it's Downs or nothing, I might still take it just to get Amon-Ra St. Brown. Because again, you're just moving from Jaden Daniels to Lamar. That's you're not losing anything there. So you're getting Amon-Ra and Josh Downs. Yeah, I probably do this, honestly. Probably do this. Moises, what's up? 12-team PPR, Rice is down. Yes. Hurts on bye. Oh, that's right. We also have 4 teams on bye this week. We have some good players on the bye this week for sure. And Tyreek Hill, yes, in QB hell. All right, needs a QB and a wide receiver from the waivers. Geno, Darnold, Fields. I think you got to go Darnold. I know it's a tough matchup for Darnold this week, but at this point, we got to stop doubting Darnold, right? When I say we, I mean me. Got to stop doubting Darnold. What is Darnold, like the QB2 on the year or something like that? I think you just got to go with Darnold until he shows us a reason not to. I think you just got to go with Darnold. What is he, like the QB2? Why doesn't this update? Why doesn't this work? Anyway, it's not important, but I think you got to go Darnold. Wow, Brian Thomas, Wicks, Wandale, Judy, Downs, Leggett on the waivers. I think Brian Thomas is above all these guys. I think if Brian Thomas is not a guy that should be on waivers in a 10-team league, and he certainly shouldn't be on waivers in a 12-team league. This guy should have been drafted, and he should not have been dropped because it's not like he's been bad. Brian Thomas is without a doubt the number one pickup. And then dropping Mandrews, Crafter, and Njoku. I think you can probably, you could probably drop, you could definitely drop Kraft with Njoku coming back. And you could probably drop Andrews as well. Andrews only ran 48% of the routes. I don't know what's going on. I don't really want to drop Andrews, but you don't need 3 tight ends. You got Njoku coming back. Drop those guys. Go Darnold and Brian Thomas would be my number 1. I think Downs is my number 2, maybe even Judy. But I don't know if I'm going to buy into Judy long term. I like Judy this week, but I think Downs would be my number 2 because I like his role in this offense. I think he's going to be the clear number 2 here. Wicks still competing with Dobbs, Jaden Reed. Watson will be back at some point. So I would prioritize Thomas first, Downs second. All right, good luck. All right, Alan Wendling, what's up? Bowers for Flowers? It's a half PPR 14 team league. Lamar, Tony Pollard, Jason Bowers, Jenny Touchdown, Hawk. I mean, I don't know who you would stream at tight end if you trade Bowers, but give me Flowers. Just give me Flowers. I mean, like, how good has Bowers even been? He's had like one good game. Like, for real. He's had like one good game this year. That's it. Like, how good has Bowers even been? Like, just give me Flowers and I'll stream. I'll stream tight end. Like, honestly, if you've been streaming tight end, you've probably had better tight end production than anybody who drafted a tight end this year. Except maybe the team that drafted Kittle. Although they didn't have Kittle for a game, so maybe. But yeah, just take Flowers and drop Bowers. Or take Flowers and stream tight end. Stream tight end. Watch our tight end video coming out tomorrow. We'll tell you who to pick up. Tell you who to get. Julio runs CMC. Hopefully we see run CMC this year. He's got Burrow. Stream him with Darnold or Love this week? Or keep one rest of the season? I'm fine with Burrow. If Burrow's my QB, I'm fine. I mean, is Love? Do you have Love? Is Love on the waiver wire? I'm not sure what you're asking here, but for me, if I have Burrow, like, I'm just good with Burrow, but I also would really like to have Love. Have Burrow stream him with Darnold. I don't know. Like, is this super flex? If it's super flex, I'm going Burrow Love this week because Darnold does have a tough matchup, although it doesn't seem to matter. All right. And I'm not sure what you mean there. Keep one rest to see. I mean, Burrow's the guy I prefer here. Burrow's still the guy I prefer, but they're both good. Wide receiver, Worthy, Wicks, or Brian Thomas. I think I'm actually going. I think we have Brian Thomas. Yeah, we have Brian Thomas and Xavier Worthy both in the solid starts tier. But man, Brian Thomas gets that Colts defense that's been terrible. Worthy gets the Saints, and look, Worthy's still. I mean, even if you look at last week with Rashee Rice out, pretty much the whole game, right? He pretty much missed the entire game. It wasn't like Worthy suddenly got, a huge bump in production. Now, I know he had that big touchdown, of course, and that's nice, but it wasn't like he suddenly got, significantly more targets or anything like that. You look at him, he had a 10% target share, which isn't even a bump, honestly. And his first read percentage was 20, which actually is a little bit of a bump at least. But yeah, I mean, sure, he'll get a bump, a bigger bump this week because, of course, now they're gonna, prepare the game plan without Rashee Rice. But I think I still go Brian Thomas. He's been good. He's got a great matchup. I'm actually really high on Trevor Lawrence this week. Let's go, Brian Thomas. Good luck to you. All right, we got short season. One of our members. Jaden Reed, Debo, DJ Moore, Wicks, Garrett Wilson, and Amon-Ra, which is on bye, yes. Which three do I start? Well, not Amon-Ra. I think you got to start Jaden Reed this week against the Rams. I can't bench Debo. He just has too much weekly upside. And I'm actually in on Garrett Wilson this week. We like Garrett Wilson. You look at, Vikings, a tough defense, but they're giving up the third most points to wide receivers right now. I mean, I know, a lot of that was garbage time against the Packers last week, but still, this isn't a defense that is going to scare me off Garrett Wilson this week. And you look at Garrett Wilson, even though it feels like, he's been underwhelming, like his usage isn't there. He's one of the leading wide receivers in terms of expected fantasy points. In fact, he has more expected fantasy points than Jamar Chase right now. So, I'm going Garrett Wilson as number 3. So, Jaden Reed, Debo, Garrett Wilson, and good luck. Yeah, last week was a week to bench Garrett Wilson going against Pat Surtain. This week we start him. All right, we got our first super chat here. Rodrigo, what's up? 12-man PPR trade Monty. Receive Addison, Ferguson, and Achane. Yeah, you have to do this. Look, I know Achane like maybe the ceiling isn't quite as high for Achan right now or any of the Dolphins players, but Adam Schefter yesterday reported Tua is symptom free. They expect him back no later than week 8 when his IR stint is up. So you got what, 5, 6, 7? When is the Dolphins bye? You might even have a bye week in there. When is their bye? Probably not. Now they're it is in week 6. So he's expected back no later than week 8. So really you only have weeks 5 and week 7 that you got to deal with the terrible offense here. And Achan still got usage. It's just this offense is so bad. I mean, but you're also getting a very good tight end and you're getting Addison. Yeah, this is a great deal for you. This is going to be great long term. You're going to love this deal. You got to take this. All right, Raul, one of our other members. What's up? Got Kelsey for Flowers 2 weeks ago. Now the tables have turned, and Kelsey finally is relevant because all the Chiefs wide receivers are hurt. Now you want to trade him away? This is the time. Like, this is the time to have Travis Kelsey. Like, look, there's lots of luck in fantasy football, but there may not be anything luckier than the people who drafted Travis Kelsey this year. They may be the luckiest players of this season because it literally took Hollywood Brown getting a season-ending injury on the first play of preseason, and then Rashee Rice potentially getting a season-ending injury on a fumble when he got hit by his own QB to finally make Travis Kelsey anything this year. I don't know why you'd want to trade him away now, but I mean, it's fine. You got McBride, I guess. Yeah, I mean, Kelsey's value is definitely going to go up. Now that, whether the Chiefs want to or not. And look, the Chiefs obviously this year did not want to throw the ball to Travis Kelsey that much. It was pretty obvious, but now they don't have a choice unless they go out and trade for a wide receiver, which, could. I'll tell you another name to monitor for the Chiefs that I haven't heard a lot of people talking about. Amari Cooper. He's on the last year of his deal. He's got a very team-friendly deal. Why wouldn't the Browns try to ship him off this year? Like the Browns aren't contending this year. They're terrible. All right, so you need a wide receiver. So let's see here. So if you want to trade away Kelsey for a wide receiver right now, I think, again, you got to think Travis Kelsey. Everybody saw what happened. They know his value's going back up, and he already had quite a bit of value. So if I'm going to trade Travis Kelsey right now, I want guys like Deontay Johnson, Terry McLaurin, George Pickens, Jaden Reed, Brandon Ayuk, a good buy low right now. Drake London, a good buy low right now. Garrett Wilson, I'm not sure you can get Garrett Wilson, but he's a great buy low right now. Go try to get guys like that because Travis Kelsey has a ton of value right now. Now that everybody knows the Chiefs have no choice but to throw Travis Kelsey the ball. And congratulations. I shouldn't even say that because it's terrible. Like, you got a good tight end because 2 dudes had to have the season-ending injuries. Not even correct. That's just terrible. All right. NTY, what is up? 10 PPR needs a defense. Oh, man. All right, here we go. I don't even know. Let me see the week 5 schedule. Who are these guys playing? I should know this. I only look at this like all day long, and then I can't even remember when it comes time to answer these questions. All right, Broncos going against Broncos get the Raiders. That's pretty nice. Falcons, Baker Mayfield. Nah, I'm going to pass on that. Bucks against Cousins. It's okay, but nah, not my favorite. Patriots or Bears. Let's see. Bears get the Panthers. But this isn't the same Panthers team. This isn't the Bryce Young Panthers. Like, this offensive line, Andy Dalton's not getting sacked a lot. He's putting up numbers. I don't think I want that. Patriots, Dolphins. I think it's got to be Patriots. Any team playing the Dolphins is worth streaming right now. I mean, look how bad they were last night. It's got to be the Patriots. I think it's got to be Patriots. Broncos not bad this week for sure going against the Raiders. But, I mean, well, what can the Dolphins do at this point? They tried Tyler Huntley. That didn't work with Tim Boyle. Is he the answer? They tried to give Tyreek Hill carries to get him going. Yeah, I'm going Patriots here. All right, Rahul saying got Murray, Henry. So it's back to his Travis Kelsey question. Got Murray, Henry, Hall, DJ Moore, Evans, Lockett, McBride, Chuba. Think about yeah, okay. So you threw out some names. I would try to buy low on Garrett Wilson. I would try to buy low on Ayuk. If you want to do a 2-for-1 JSN Jammo, I'm okay with that too. I'm okay with all those. Yeah, I mentioned Garrett Wilson and Ayuk. I mentioned some other guys. Go try to trade. I mean, look, I don't think Kelsey is a sell high because I think Kelsey is he's gonna be a top 5 tight end now because they don't have a choice. But if you want to flip them, this is a good time. All right, Jordan Olson, another one of our members. What's up, Jordan? Why is Etienne rated 91 overall and ESPN when he scored under 20 each week? I don't know. Ask ESPN. I don't know. Trade Etienne when I have Mason, and I assume is that Bijan Robinson? Oh, is that Brian Rob? I have Mason. Brian, is that Brian Robinson for Brian Thomas Jr.? I don't know about, man, Brian Robinson has been so good. So good. And we talk about this a lot because there's this like misconception that running quarterbacks hurt running backs. But it's actually the opposite. They help running backs. Look at Saquon this year. Look at Derrick Henry this year. Look at Brian Robinson this year. Look at James Cook this year. Running quarterbacks help running backs because the threat for the defense is not only like, is he going to hand the ball off? It's like, oh, is he going to hand it off or is he going to keep it and run? You can't just sell out like, oh, he's handing off. Just sell out at the RB. All these RPOs, right? All these read options where it's like, did the quarterback give it to him or keep it? It just puts the defense in such a bind. I don't know, man. Brian Robinson has been so good. Why don't I don't want to trade Brian? I know Brian Thomas has been good as well, but I think he's going to be more up and down. I'd want to just keep Brian Robinson here, honestly. Flowers is the new Gabe Davis. Well, he's already had 2 good games. That's more than Gabe Davis usually has. So we'll see. Like last week, I mean, come on, the Ravens. Derrick Henry just steamrolled the Bills, and they didn't even have to throw the ball. So, all right, let's keep it going. Jordan Olson saying, "Do I sell Flowers as soon as he has a big game?" Sure, if you want to. Yeah, I am fine trading anybody if I like the return I get. I don't care who it is. Anybody. If I get the return that I like, I will trade them. All right, JB with the super chat. What is up? 12-team non-PPR. All right. Drop Mooney for Leggett. Sure. Whatever. Go for it. I don't know. It's non-PPR. So when these guys give you, 60 yards and no touchdowns, you don't really get anything. You need the touchdowns. These guys feel very similar to me, honestly. Yeah, if you want Leggett, go with Leggett. I don't really have a strong opinion here. Is it worth the roster spot to stash Jonathan Brooks or keep it open with bye weeks? Yeah, it's not good. They didn't open his practice window yet, and Chuba's looking good. I mean, if you need the bench spot and you don't have IR spots, you can probably drop Jonathan Brooks if you need to, because again, like they didn't open up his practice window. Chuba looks good. Yeah, if you need to, don't drop him just for like a flyer because he's a flyer. But if you need to drop him for somebody good, go for it. All right, keep it rolling here. We got another super chat from A Zerby. What's up? Whoa, drop Kincaid or Ferguson for Wicks? No, Ferguson's been great. Ferguson's like a set and forget tight end. Like don't even have to think about it. And Kincaid's been better. I would try to trade one of these guys if you want. Like do this. Somebody is going to add Dontavian Wicks tonight. And it's not going to be you because you're not going to drop one of these guys for him. Then offer one of these guys in a trade for Wicks if you want. If you want to get Wicks. Like tomorrow morning, whoever picks up Wicks, say, hey, hopefully they need a tight end, which they probably do because most teams do. Say, hey, you need a tight end? I'll give you one of these guys for Wicks. Although I feel like you should get more than Wicks, to be honest. All right, Arvin, another one of our members, asked yesterday, but I might have missed it. Drop Keon Coleman for Wicks or Downs. I'm doing this. Keon Coleman. Yeah, it's just. I mean, look, it could still happen for Keon Coleman. He is a rookie, but I mean, a 13% target share the other night, like 67% of the routes. Yeah, it's gonna be a little while for Keon Coleman. Yeah, you go ahead. And again, the guy prefers Downs because I do think Downs, prior to his injury in the preseason, we were really high on Josh Downs this year, saying, like, hey, this guy, he's really good. Chris Ballard, the GM, was talking him up. Like, he's going to have a role. He's going to have his role is secure all season long. Wicks, of course, still, I mean, he's going to have a role while Watson is out. But when Watson comes back, that role may diminish. He's competing with, at least 2 other wide receivers, if not 3. So, I'm going to prioritize Downs here, but yeah, you can drop Coleman for either of these guys. All right, Chris KD with the super chat. Here it is. Hold on, a little water. All right, full PPR. Thinking of dropping Christian Watson. Oh, okay. Javonte, Mooney. Here's some waiver options. Who would you drop pick up? Kareem Hunt, Wicks, yes. Sutton, yes. I mean, Sutton. Njoku, if you have Kittle. So I think the ones, it's Wicks, Sutton, Downs, and Njoku are the ones I feel like need to be added out of this group. I'm okay dropping those 3 players for these players. I'd say since you have Kittle, I would prioritize Njoku last, but it's not a bad thing to get Njoku because injuries happen. I mean, even in that game on Sunday, Kittle got a little banged up with his ribs. You never know. Not a bad idea to have Njoku. So you can drop those 3. And again, I'm going to prioritize Downs first for the reasons I've been saying. Probably do Wicks. Actually, I'm going to do Sutton. See, the thing is with Sutton, Sutton is the entire passing offense. Bo Nix had 60 passing yards on Sunday. Courtland Sutton had 60 receiving yards. Like, he is it. He is the entire passing offense, but it's still Bo Nix and the Broncos. But I don't know. Let's go Downs first, Sutton second, Wicks third, and Njoku fourth. And if you don't get Njoku, it's okay. And yeah, you can drop those 3 guys. I hope that helps you out, Chris. Thank you as always. All right, Sammy with the super chat. What's up, Sammy? Please rank these 4 in the flex. Trey Sermon, Wicks, Braylon Allen. I'm going to assume Justice Hill, not Tyreek Hill. I think Wicks has to be number 1 here. Again, if you were here, I don't know if you were here in the beginning, Sammy, when I was running down the injuries and kind of the things. Like, I think Sermon could be a good spot start this week, maybe even for another week or 2. Again, I don't know. When is the Colts bye week? Week 14. Okay, so so JT's not going to be out till week 14, but I mean, Sermon could be a spot start this week, maybe a week or 2 after, depending on JT's injury and the matchups, but that's really it. Braylon Allen is fine to have, and especially if you have Breece, but it's still Breece's backfield. And again, Justice Hill is just like a whatever. Like, you're desperate, you can start him and get some points. So I'm going to rank him Wicks, Braylon Allen, Sermon, Hill would be my order. So good luck to you. Thank you for the super chat, of course. All right, Henry Odom, what is up? Should I trade London for Dobbins? I would not do this. Both these guys on the buy low video, man, Drake London is really close to having a big game. You look at Drake London's numbers outside of the stat, and he hasn't been bad, right? He hasn't been bad. But you look at his numbers outside of the stats. 26% target share. 37% first read share. In fact, you look at the last 2 weeks, he has the highest first read percentage of anybody in the league. Kyle Pitts is not an issue. Mooney's just there. Ray McLeod is just there. Drake London is going to start going off here pretty soon. As soon as this offense starts to click and Zach Robinson and everybody gets it going there, London's going to start having some big games. So, no, I'm not doing this. I'm keeping London. You got Kirk, A.J. Brown, Olave, Garrett, Lamb. You got Connor, so you're fine there. I mean, yeah, I don't really want to trade any of these wide receivers for Dobbins, honestly. Maybe Kirk would be the one, but I'd probably want more on top of Kirk. Like, if you could get Kirk. Although, I don't know, maybe Kirk for Dobbins is fair. I mean, you're pretty deep at wide receiver here. I do like Kirk, and Kirk's been good the last 2 games, but you are pretty deep at wide receiver. Maybe see if he'll take Kirk. But if not, I think just wait. Just hold. Joey Ford, what is up? 16-team league. Here we go. 3-1. Nice. Trade James Conner and Trey Benson, so the Cardinals backfield, and QJ for Chase Brown, Laporta, and Kirk. He wants Odunze too. So I don't know which side would be getting Odunze here. You say you got Hall and Achane. I guess I'll just say I'm gonna. If one of these sides is getting Odunze, I feel like that's probably too much. I mean, I probably prefer Connor to Kirk, although I don't think it's a massive gap. Chase Brown, Laporta, I would prefer that combo over QJ. And Benson is just the throw in here because, like, without an injury to Connor, Benson's not doing anything. So it's like Connor and QJ for Brown, Laporta, and Kirk. I mean, I probably want the Chase Brown, Laporta, Kirk side. At least we saw signs of life from Laporta last night. He still wasn't great, but at least he was involved. Probably want the Brown, Laporta, and Kirk side. So I don't know which side you're getting, but that's the side I want, Joey. And then, yeah. So if you're going to get Brown, Laporta, and Kirk, do it. If you're going to get Connor and Johnston, I probably don't do this. All right, good luck there. I hope that helped you out. All right, Daniel Barnes, the super chat. Drop Braylon Allen for Chubb. I don't want to do this. I know I talked about it also in the beginning, Daniel. Not sure if you were here, but they opened up his practice window, but that doesn't mean he's anywhere that close to returning to the field. Again, they have 21 days, so that could be 3 weeks from now. Then, of course, there's going to be a ramp-up period, where they ease him back into action like we saw with JT last year, like we saw with Breece Hall. So you're probably looking at least another 3, 4, 5 weeks before he's even getting enough snaps to really be startable in fantasy. And then you got to bank on the fact that a 29-year-old running back coming off a devastating knee injury can even get close to what he used to be. And the fact that this offensive line looks terrible. I'm just going to keep Braylon Allen. Thank you for that. All right, got another member here. Jody, what is up? Good evening. PPR, 4-point passing. Okay, got Mayfield and Darnold. Wow. Do I drop one for Fields? I don't think I can do this. These guys have been so good. I know Fields was good last week with the rushing, but I mean, Mayfield and Darnold have been so good. Mayfield's a QB1 right now. Like, what is happening? Yeah. How much longer do we wait for Ayuk to wake up? I mean, probably as long as it takes, honestly. Having Brett playing Waterboy. That's fine. I'm fine if you want to bench Ayuk. Totally understandable if you want to bench Ayuk. Totally fine. The problem is if you try to, like, you can't drop Ayuk, obviously. You're not going to drop him. If you try to trade him right now, it's like people aren't going to give you fair value for him because they're like, hey, this guy's been terrible. I'm like, so you're just stuck with him. It's got to get better. I think it's got to get better. All right, Jake the Snake. What's up? If Rice is out, which he is out, they've already ruled him out this week. He's out. Addison, Leggett, Wandale Robinson. Yeah, Addison. Like, so on Draft Lane, I got a couple of these questions today on the waiver wire where I look at their waivers and I see Jordan Addison on the waiver wire. I see Brian Thomas Jr. on the waiver wire. And I'm like, yes, them. Remember Jordan Addison was like an 8th round pick this year. And he's been good when he's been on the field. Now he hasn't been on the field a lot because of injury this year, but he's been good. And Sam Darnold looks great. And this offense looks great. Addison is definitely the number 1 here. I would say Leggett number 2, Wandale number 3. But yeah, try to get Addison. Addison should not be on waiver wire. No way. Alexis, what's up? Almost got Henry'd. Is Henry? Does that mean because of what Derrick Henry did, like with his rushing? I don't know what that means. Almost got Henry countered with Walker last night. First Kamara, then Henry. Oh, I see. So you almost got destroyed by Henry, but then you had Kenneth Walker last night and saved you. Should I sell high on Walker for someone? I mean, look, if you can get Bijan or Nico, yeah, trade Kenneth Walker. I don't know if you can. But yeah, if you can get like an absolute no doubt stud. But I mean, we like Kenneth Walker. He was on our, if you watch, he was on our league winners video. And He had 4 catches last night. Now, I know the Seahawks threw the ball a ton because they were losing, but we didn't see that a lot last year. If he's going to get receiving work, that's going to be huge for him. Now, he's obviously not going to score 3 touchdowns maybe ever again this year. But yeah, if you could trade Walker for a stud like Bijan, like a no-doubt stud like Bijan or Nico, do it. Do it. All right, another member, Steven Cotto. What is up? Needs help. 1-3 must-win week. Still not quite must-win, but let's get the win anyways. All right, got Fields, H. Mason, DJ Moore, Brian Thomas, Kincaid Flowers on the bench is AR-15, Watson, Downs, Rome, Sharps. You got Smith and CMC on IR. All right. So for you, I'm gonna say because you got DJ Moore, Brian Thomas, Zay Flowers. You're not gonna have Devontae Smith this week, of course, because they have the bye. But you're gonna have Smith coming back. You got Downs. You got Romo Dunze. You need running back help, right? You got Achane, who we got to be a little nervous about right now. Mason's great. Charbonnet with Kenneth Walker back is not the highest upside. I'm going to say you should prioritize Swift. Not just because Swift was great last week. I mean, he was. But now he gets the Carolina Panthers, who are once again back to being the worst run defense in the NFL. They already lost Derek Brown in week 1, their best defensive lineman. And now they just lost Shaq Lawson for the season with an Achilles tear. So they already were a bad defense. Now they're a bad defense, and their good players are all hurt on their defense. So they're an even worse defense. Look, let's chase it. It's you need a running back this week with some upside. You need the win. He gets the Panthers. Let's go Swift first. Let's go like, I guess, Wick second, maybe Algier second. Because again, you need running back help if Bijan is out, but I could do Wicks or Leggett second. But let's prioritize Swift here. And I might. Yeah, I know it's hard to bet. I mean, I don't know. Don't ask me this right now between Swift and Achane. But let's prioritize Swift this week because you need running back help. And good luck. Let's get you that W this week. Let's do it. All right, Brandon Sky, what's up? Got Njoku, nice. Someone dropped Kincaid. Okay, why? Ingram is also available. All right, we got you your first win last week. Congrats. Let's get you your second win. This is actually tough. This is tough. You say it's your number one claim. I mean, I want it. I mean, it feels like, yes, you should pick up Kincaid, but it's not like Kincaid's been a monster. You do have Njoku. Man, I don't know if I want to use my number one on a tight end like Kincaid, though. Because it's not like Kincaid. Like he's definitely been better the last 2 weeks, but still, I mean, still only a 16% target share. Still only ran 60% of the routes. I don't know. Let's see if Ingram doesn't get scooped up because people may not think he's coming back this week. I think you might be able to just wake up and get Ingram for free tomorrow. Let's try that. I don't know if I want to use my number one on a tight end, especially with Njoku probably coming back this week. Let's wake up tomorrow morning, see if Evan Ingram did get picked up, and if he didn't get picked up, pick him up and don't use your number one. Unless you're in one of those waivers that resets every week, then use your number one on Kincaid. Yes. All right, Sven Dragon, what is up? Pick 2 rest of the season. Odunze, Leggett, Wicks, Kirk, Chase Brown. I think Kirk has to be number one here. Again, one of these guys left for dead after 2 games. That's it, 2 games. It's been 2 games, everybody. We know what's going to happen the rest of the year. It's been 2 games. Kirk is a bust. And he's been great the last 2 weeks. No reason to think that's going to change. Kirk's got to be number one. And I still think Odunze is probably going to be number 2 for me. I like the talent. I got to think at some point it gets better here. if you need a running back really badly, then maybe I could prioritize Chase Brown over him. But Kirk's certainly number one. I think Odunze would be number 2 for me. All right. Good luck, Sven Dragon. All right. Another one from our member, Jordan Olson. Sit one, London or Brian Thomas? I think it's, as much as I like Brian Thomas this week, I can't sit Drake London for Brian Thomas. Can't do it. Drake London to me is like, if I have Drake London, he's just in my lineup and I don't really think about it. He's just in there. It's just in there. Go Drake London. Dog Water Gaming. What's up? Thanks for the super chat. And these 3 wide receivers got Tyreek, Mooney, Shakir, Addison, and Wicks. I'm actually going to go the last 3 this week. Shakir looks like the clear wide receiver 1 in Buffalo. Now, he doesn't have like incredible upside, but what's Tyreek Hill's upside right now? Addison looks great. I think you got to start him. And Wicks against the Rams. I think you got to take advantage of that. So I'm going to go the last 3 here. Good luck. Good luck to you. All right, let's do I'll do a couple non-super chats, although we do have a lot of super chats, and I am about what? Time is 4:13. I'm a little less than an hour behind on the super chats right now, but I will catch up, don't worry. Actually, one more super chat because I don't want to get lost, and then I'll do a couple lightning round non-super chats. All right, Frosty, best QB to stream this week. Cousins versus Tampa Bay. I like that. Fields versus Dallas. I like that. Watson versus Washington. I know it's Washington, but I still don't like it. Lawrence versus Indy. I really like Trevor Lawrence this week. He's risky, but the Colts are, so if you look at like the QBs the Colts have faced, you look at their average fantasy points over the season, the Colts have allowed an average of 9 more fantasy points to every quarterback they've faced. Justin Fields just had a massive game against the Colts. Man, it's between him and Fields. I really think Lawrence could have a big game, but I know he's risky. Maybe just go Fields for that rushing. Maybe just go Fields for the rushing. But man, I really, really like Trevor Lawrence this week. I think he could be good, but probably should just go Fields for the rushing. All right, the Wolf just stopping in to say I scored 160 this week. Well done. Rick, trade Tyreek for Devontae. No, I'm keeping Tyreek. Like again, Tua back in week 8. And then Tyreek will be great again. Just give me Tyreek. Hold Tyreek. Hold Tyreek. I'll do a couple like kind of lightning rounds here. All right. Jimmy Post daily Wicks or Waddle start. I gotta go Wicks. I mean, look, we cannot like. How can we start? How can we start a Dolphins wide receiver right now? We just can't. Gotta go Wicks. TBR07, Keon Coleman or Wicks? I'm going Wicks. Keon Coleman. Look, it could still happen for Keon Coleman, but it's going to be a while. Nick 486, Cup and Charbonnet for Mixon. I think this comes down to what you need. I think if you need running back, Mixon is fine. Mixon should be back this week. I think there's a chance Cup is back this week. He might not be. Might be one more week for Cup. But I think this comes down to what you need. So if you need running back, get Mixon. If you need wide receiver, get Cup. All right, back to the super chats here. SB, Bigsby or Juju? Oh man, no, I'm not buying into Juju Smith-Schuster now. Like, no way. Like, oh my gosh, Juju Smith-Schuster. Did he even do it? Did he even catch a pass last week? He had no targets, no catches. 44% of the routes. Yeah, I'm not picking up Schuster. That Juju Smith-Schuster, 1 year wonder. That year 2 looks like a complete. That year 2 was just all because of AB. The defenses were so locked into AB, he was just running around like, "Hey, I'm right here. Hey, I'm right here." Yeah, Juju Smith-Schuster, nah. Pick up Bigsby. All right, JW with the super chat. What is going on? 8-man, 3 wide receiver, Jefferson, Godwin, Kirk. Okay, that looks good. 2 running backs, Jacobs and Moss. Okay. Flex, Deontay Johnson, very nice. Other flex, Addison, good. Okay, yeah. Same Brown on the bench because he's on bye. Singletary, Dobbins, Dell, Waddle, Rashad. Worth dropping Rashad White for Chuba Hubbard. I would definitely pick up Chuba, but I'm not dropping Rachaad White for him. Maybe drop. I mean, you could. It's an 8-team league. Drop Singletary. Drop Singletary. I mean, look, he gets the touches, and he's been mostly good this year, except for last week when he busted when I called him a boom, of course. But he's been mostly good this year. But yeah, you got to add Chuba. How come we didn't add Chuba last week? Why didn't we add Chuba last week? Yeah, you got to add Chuba. As far as the lineup goes, I mean, I'm only debating Dobbins and Moss because Moss does have a tough matchup this week against the Bengals. Oh, wait a minute. Dobbins is on bye this week. Never mind. You can't play Dobbins. All right, that's right. He's on bye. Lineup looks good. Yeah, I would drop Singletary for Chuba, not Rachaad White. I know it's not looking good for Rachaad White right now, but you never know. Drop Singletary for Chuba, but definitely get Chuba. All right, Rocky Greenwell, what's up? Thank you for the super chat. Should I make a waiver move? Probably. Let's see. Kyler and Dak. Gibbs, Walker, Moss, Dobbins, Brooks. St. Brown. I'm assuming Deontay Johnson, JSN, Higgins, Puka. McBride and Muth. Wait. Waiver options like Pittman? You have to add Pittman. All right. Look, Rocky, I'm sure you did not drop Michael Pittman. But guys, if you're in a league and a player like Michael Pittman, even though he's been a bust, think back to last week before the games. Even if Pittman's been terrible for 3 games, if a player like Pittman gets dropped, you must add a player like Pittman. You don't have to start Pittman, but you must put Pittman on your bench. If a player that was drafted in the first 7 or 8 rounds of your fantasy league, in this case, maybe the first 3 rounds of your fantasy league, gets dropped, add them. Don't worry about it. You don't have to play them if they've been a bust. Add them. It's too soon to give up on these guys. Everybody who gave up on Pittman is now like, oh, what have I done? Yeah, it's too soon to give up on people. We don't know anything after 3 weeks. We don't even know anything after 4 weeks. We think we know, but we don't. Anyways, rant over. If somebody drops a really good player who's been if somebody drops Brandon Ayuk this week, and we get I get a question from any of you next week about, and let's say Brandon Ayuk has a big game this week, and then next week you're like, should I add Brandon Ayuk? Banned. You're getting banned. If Brandon Ayuk gets dropped in your league this week, pick up Brandon Ayuk. Anyways, Rocky, back to your question. Yes, add Pittman. You can drop, just drop Jonathan Brooks. I would rank, and Addison should not be on waivers. Brian Thomas should not be on waivers. I mean, Pittman shouldn't even be on waivers in an 8-team league. It's ridiculous. Anyways, drop Brooks. Pick up Pittman would be my number 1 priority. Maybe Brian Thomas 2, Addison 3, or Addison 2, Brian Thomas 3. But get Pittman. All right. Let's get back to it. Where am I here? Sorry. I lost my spot. No. All right, this thing is finicky with me. Hold on. Bear with me 1 second here. I gotta get back to my spot. Usually Pierre does this. Where were we at here? I'm almost there, I think. Man, a lot of questions, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, back. I think I'm almost there. Where was it? This is Rocky, right? Okay, Rocky. Wow. Every time I think I'm close, I'm not really close. You guys are awesome. All right, here we go. All right, John. Would you trade Rachaad White for Jerome Ford? Ooh. Good question. Because even though, obviously with Rachaad White, we're concerned about Bucky Irving. But Jerome Ford, I mean, we still got to be concerned about Nick Chubb coming back and the Browns giving this guy, 15, 20 carries at some point, even if he's terrible. But at least for right now, Ford is the guy. This is tough. This one's tough. I don't know. Maybe I'm. This is really hard. I don't know. My gut is telling me to take White here, so I guess go White. But this is tough. This is tough. The answer might be neither. In the short term, Ford might be your better bet. So if you need somebody in the short term, maybe go Ford. Sorry, John, probably not the answer you wanted, but man, that's a really tough one. That was a really tough one. And I don't if this trade hit my inbox, I'm not sure what I'd do. I'd probably have to think about it for a few days, try to figure out what to do. Ask a zillion people. All right, Brian, what is up? As JT owner, where other running backs are B-Rob, Javonte, Braylon, how much of 60% remaining fab do I spend on Sermon? Not a lot. Again, we're looking at, let's say JT is out for 3 weeks. What's the Colts schedule? Let's look at the Colts schedule here. So this week obviously gets a good matchup against the Jags. Titans next week, not a good matchup. They have a pretty good run defense. Maybe I'm wrong on that. That's not a bad matchup, actually. Then the Dolphins. Okay, so it does get 3 good matchups in a row here. But still, this is Trey Sermon. This is not JT. He had what, 5 carries for 8 yards with JT out? Nah, 7-8%. I can get by with B-Rob and Braylon Allen and Javonte. Look, Javonte had 16 carries, 77 yards, caught a couple passes. Maybe it's going to start happening for him. Maybe. I wouldn't go too crazy for Sermon. First name I'm not going to be able to pronounce. Rogelio Anaya. Apologies if that was wrong. Could have been totally wrong. Should I trade Flowers and Bucky Irving for Harrison? Absolutely. And it's Dynasty? Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. In redraft, I would definitely do this. In Dynasty, it's like I'm smashing that accept button. Give me Marvin Harrison. 100%. I don't even care what the rest of your team is. Yeah. Marvin Harrison by a mile here. Get Marvin Harrison. Absolutely. All right, Toby, drop Geno for Fields. Okay, I'm okay with it. I don't know. Maybe I'm too low on Fields. I feel a little bit better about Geno, but it's fine if you want Fields. And play Murray or Geno Fields? No. If you got Kyler Murray, play Kyler Murray. I know he had a bad game last week, but everybody has bad games. Play Kyler Murray. What's up, Vorador? What's going on? All right, KJ Sticks. Got a trade question. CeeDee Lamb and Connor for Kyron Williams and Devonta Smith. Whoa. It's a big boy trade here. I'm keeping the Lamb Connor side. I mean, I like Kyron Williams. Of course, he's been awesome. Devonta Smith has been awesome, other than the week he missed with the concussion. He'll be awesome. They'll be awesome. But Connor looks great. CeeDee Lamb is a stud. I'm keeping the Lamb Connor side. It's an interesting offer for sure, but I'm keeping Lamb and Connor. Hey, I'm not the only Javonte Williams believer. JMW85 feels like Javonte could have a good week. He had a good week last week. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was good. And the Raiders are terrible against the run. And believe it or not, Javonte Williams, 51 expected fantasy points this year, which is more than guys like James Conner, James Cook. Maybe this is the week. All right, D. Killa. Jacobs for James Cook. I think I still prefer James Cook here. I put Jacobs on the buy low. I still like Jacobs, but I think I still got to prefer James Cook by a little bit here. This is very close, though. Very close. If you have a strong feeling one way or the other, go for it. I'm going to go James Cook, but this is very close. All right, my thing wigged out a little bit. All right, here we go. All right, again, catching up on super chats. And if I see some non-super chats as I'm scrolling here, I will pick them up. All right, next super chat, Terry. Full PPR flex one, Pittman, Kirk, Wicks, or Algier. Well, it's definitely between the first two. I think I got to go Pittman here. I do like Kirk a lot this week, and I will be honest, this is close between these two. It's very close between these two, and they both have good matchups, obviously playing each other. I'm going to give the slight edge to Pittman, especially if Flacco is the QB, then I'll definitely give the edge to Pittman. If it's Anthony Richardson, maybe I could go Kirk. I do really like Trevor Lawrence this week, but I think right now I'm going to give the slight edge to Pittman. Very close here. Both should be good this week. Good luck. Thank you for the super chat. All right, another one I'm going to mess up. Ron Scoff. Apologies if that was completely wrong. It probably was. Pick one, JSN, Brian Thomas, or Tank Dell on the bench. So we're benching one of these guys this week. I think I got to bench Tank Dell this week. Brian Thomas has a great matchup. JSN has a good matchup. Tank Dell has a tough matchup against his Bills secondary. And look, it's going to be Stephon Diggs revenge week, right? They're going to do whatever they can to give Stephon Diggs a good game this week. This is the week to start Stephon Diggs. So if you're asking to bench one of these guys, it's Tank Dell. If you're asking to start one, because you said pick one, maybe you're asking to start one. I'm actually going to give Brian Thomas the edge here. I really like his matchup this week. I think he could have a big game. I'm going to give Brian Thomas the edge. If you're saying pick one. If you're saying pick one to bench, it's Tank Dell. If you're saying pick one to start, it's Brian Thomas. That should cover you either way. Good luck there. All right, Jedi Koth. Are there trade rumors about DeAndre Hopkins possibly going to the Chiefs? I haven't heard that, but it went completely. Remember when DeAndre Hopkins could have just signed with the Chiefs, but he took the money in Tennessee anyways? What was he thinking? What's his contract like? Let me see. Because this is the other thing you got to think. If you're the Chiefs, you got to think about these guys' contract as well. All right, he's on the last year of his deal. Maybe. He does have a big cap hit, but maybe they could work out something where Tennessee absorbs it. Maybe. I haven't heard any rumors on this, but it makes sense. Keep an eye out. And again, the name I think is kind of a sneaky potential trade to the Chiefs is Amari Cooper. All right, Ron Scoff again. Do we gamble and trade away Ayuk for Adams? I think I still prefer Ayuk here. I mean, you're gambling that Adams gets traded somewhere really good. Ayuk's already somewhere really good. I know Ayuk's been bad, but Adams had one good game. I'm still taking Ayuk here. I'm not gonna gamble on Adams getting traded somewhere great. Ayuk should get better. He's got to get better, I think. All right. Yeah, if you guys please just drop your comment once. I don't need to see it multiple times. It's not going to get your question answered any more than it will if you just comment once. All right, Yoda Clan became a member. Thank you. If I see your question, and if your question was way earlier, Yoda Clan, drop it again, and I will eventually get to it because it does mark that you're a member here. All right, Samuel dropped a super chat, and then he forgot to write anything. Yep. Okay, Samuel. If I see you write something, I will get to it. All right, Vinny. What's up? 10 team QB Murray or Sam Darnold? I still gotta go Murray. I know. It's a tough spot. I'm not off of Darnold this week. I'm not saying don't start Darnold, but he is going against the Jets. That secondary may not be his best week. Flex choices: Swift, Pittman, Harrison Jr., Waddle, or Ford. I don't know how many you need, but I'm going to rank them Harrison, Pittman, Swift, Ford, and sadly, I guess you're only doing one of these guys, so it's going to be Harrison. Flex Harrison. Go with the Murray Harrison stack this week. Murray and Harrison. You got Godwin and Olave, you're good. All right, good luck, Vinny. All right, Andrew Oliver. Super chat, 10 team, half PPR, 1 and 3. Help. Hunt and Wicks available on the waivers. Okay, I'm going to say I'm going to prioritize Wicks unless you really badly need running back. You got Murray at QB, Acham, Brian Robinson, Najee, Pollard. Okay, Pollard is on bye, but still. You got Braylon Allen. You got Bucky. You don't really need running back. You got Diggs, Harrison, JSN, Flowers, Higgins, Kincaid, and Ingram. You don't really need wide receiver. I mean, you kind of do. I would go for Wicks. Wicks would be my number one priority, but who are you going to drop? I mean, yeah, I want to add Wicks, but I don't really see anybody you can drop here for Wicks. Yeah, I don't see anybody you can drop. Even like in Wicks, not as good as the guys you have. Yeah, I think you gotta hold here. I mean, you're Diggs, Harrison, JSN, Flowers, Higgins. You're probably never even going to start Wicks. I think you just sit tight. Just sit tight. You got a good team. That's the thing with these shallow leagues. Sometimes you don't even need to pick up the waiver guys. All right, Elmer Sanchez, 1 QB, T-Law or Cousins? I'm going T-Law. I'm gambling on the hair. Let's gamble on the hair this week. And you know what? Brian Thomas Jr. or Tyreek Hill. Let's just stack T-Law with Brian Thomas Jr. What's the upside for Tyreek Hill right now? Very little. Let's go T-Law, Brian Thomas Jr. Let's go for the stack. The all hair stack, because Brian Thomas has a thick head of hair too. He's got a lot of hair. Let's go with the hair stack. All right, Zachary, J.K. Dobbins buy low. Yes, I put him on the buy low video today. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's on the channel, and you can see I go over some real trades that were made for J.K. Dobbins recently and kind of talk about the ones where I'm like, yeah, I would trade this guy for Dobbins, or no, I wouldn't trade this guy for Dobbins. So check it out. All right, Z Blast, should I trade CMC? Sure. If you're getting the right return. I keep saying this. So again, we'll go over some real, I'll give you some examples, some real trades for Christian McCaffrey here that have been made recently across 2.9 million trades from real fantasy leagues. This is how they generate this. They actually track real fantasy leagues trades that are made. CMC and Raheem Mostert for Bijan Robinson. If I can get Bijan Robinson for CMC, I'm doing it. CMC, Tyreek Hill. Just give me Tyreek Hill. Tua's coming back. Give me Tyreek Hill. I'm just doing them again. No, it's too much. I'm just looking at the ones here that I would do where I feel like, again, CMC, Juwan Jennings, Tyreek Hill. Give me Tyreek Hill. CMC, Jamar Chase, Ramondre Stevenson. Yeah, give me Chase and Ramondre. Just trying to give you some ideas here. These are real trades that were made in real leagues. I'm not just making this up. CMC, Christian Kirk, Justin Jefferson. Give me Jefferson. See if I can find one more recently. And these were all these like 929s a couple days ago. I don't do that one anymore. CMC, Rashee Rice. All right, there you go. There's some trades like that. That's what I'm looking for. The example I'm trying to give you there is I want a stud back. You better give me a stud back. If you're just gonna give me like, here's some other trades I wouldn't do. Like here's some trades I wouldn't do. CMC for Javonte Williams, Drake London. Nah. CMC for Deebo Samuel. No. CMC for Michael Pittman. No. CMC for Brandon Ayuk. No. Not doing it. Not doing it. CMC for Kirk and Jacobs. Nope. Not doing it. Not doing it. CMC for, well, like Chubb and Metcalf. No, not doing it. CMC for Cooper. Not doing it. So there's some examples. Like I need a stud back. Get a stud back. If not, hold CMC. Hope he comes back. All right, Master Zonk. Rate this trade before the Rice injury. I mean, does it matter? All right. Traded Kincaid and Zach Moss for Kelsey. Before the Rice injury, this was like a -10. Gambling that he just needed to get in shape, or he just needed every good wide receiver to get hurt. Prior to the Rice injury, this trade was a 0. You got demolished. But it worked out for you in the end. You got Kelsey with no wide receivers. It worked out for you in the end. Even still, I don't even know if this is now. I think it's fair. Now I think this trade is fair. Now it's a fair trade. Now it's a fair trade. Hey, it worked out for you, man. It worked out. All right, OG too much. Thank you. It's got Hurts, AJ Brown, and St. Brown. Gotta love the Brown combo. Gibbs, McConkey on bye. Okay. So he's saying you got all those guys on bye. Yes, this is a tough bye week for sure. 14 team, half PPR. He's starting London and Downs. Okay. HN RB1 needs an RB2 and a flex. Algier, Chubb, who's not playing yet. Jonathan Brooks, who's not playing yet. Michael Wilson. Well, you only have, sadly, you only got 2 choices here. That's Algier and Michael Wilson. You're 1-3 with this team? That's rough. You must have gotten unlucky. Yeah, I would say, I mean, it's a 14-teamer, but look, in my 14-teamer, like Chase Brown is still out there. Trey Sermon is out there. Because Algier, like, if Bijan doesn't play, start Algier for sure. I mean, you have to. Chubb isn't back yet, and Brooks isn't back yet, and you need an RB2. So, but if Bijan, like, see if Sermon is out there, see if Chase Brown is still out there. They were available in my 14 teams league because a lot of people dropped it. Well, Sermon nobody drafted, but a lot of people dropped Chase Brown. He could still be out there. See if he's out there. Try to pick him up. But yeah, you're going to have to, you have no choice. You got to go Algier and Michael Wilson. Also, I mean, see if Wicks is out there. It's a 14-teamer, so let me see in my 14-teamer what wide receivers are actually available. Yeah, Sermon's available. Look, even Tutu Atwell, if Cub's not back, he's had 4 catches each of the last 2 games and 80 yards and 90 yards. It's Green Bay this week. I would take a chance on Tutu Atwell. Maybe even Jordan Whittington. He had a pretty nice game finally. 6 catches, 62 yards. It's like it's not as good of a spot for Michael Wilson this week as it was last week, and he didn't really come through. So see if those guys are out there. But I mean, if you need an RB2 and a flex, right now it's got to be Algier and Michael Wilson. But see if those guys are out there. They're available in my 14-teamer. Doesn't mean they'll be available in yours, but they could be. See if those guys are out there. Good luck to you. Hope you get the win this week. You got a good team though, so don't freak out. You got a good team, and you get all these buys out of the way already. So then you can roll over everybody while they have buys. All right, Allen again. Keenan Allen for Bucky. Yeah, I'd probably just take Bucky at this point. Why not? Just take Bucky. It feels like he's going to take over this backfield eventually. What is Keenan Allen really giving us? What's Keenan Allen really going to give us this year? Yeah, just take Bucky. Take Bucky. Definitely. Take Bucky. All right. McNasty. Drop Rachaad White for Hunt. I'm not ready to do this yet. I mean, yeah, it might be time to abandon ship, but can you trade him first? I don't know. I don't know if I'm buying into Kareem Hunt. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. I just don't want to drop Rachaad White already. It's not like he didn't get any carries, and he was actually good. He's actually good this week. Got the same amount of usage as Bucky Irving. Now Irving got the goal line work, which is valuable. I get it, but I'm not ready to give up on White just yet. Not to just completely drop him. All right. Let's keep it going here. Carson. Thoughts on Travis Etienne? Can't feel good. He's fine. I mean, I get a lot wrong. I definitely get a lot wrong if you go back and watch our pre-draft videos, but I was saying a lot of times, like, Travis Etienne second round feels very wrong to me. Feels very wrong. They were talking up Bigsby all off season. He actually looked good this year. Yeah, second round Etienne looked wrong. He'll still be fine, but he's probably not going to be worth a second or even a third round pick this year. He's probably like a mid RB2 with some upside. All right, that guy, rank his team and what moves to make. It's got Mayfield. It doesn't say how many teams it is. Kyron, Walker, Stevenson, Jefferson, I assume that's Deontay Johnson, Brian Thomas, Devonta Smith, Wandale Leggett. Running backs are good. Wide receivers were really good, but they're still pretty solid. They're still pretty good. I'll say 8-5. I don't really know what moves there are to make here. I mean, you can't really do anything with Rice. You can't trade away a running back because you need them. Yeah, I think you're good. I think your team is good. I mean, obviously losing Rice hurts, but I mean, what can you really do here? What can you really do? Injuries happen, unfortunately. All right, Doug Fenton says he only got 66 points last week. All right. And now he's losing Rice. He's got Wilson, Flowers, Worthy, Brian Thomas, and JSN. Okay, so you still have pretty good wide receivers. Off waivers, okay, I'm going to say again, if Addison is out there, he's my number one. If for some reason Addison is on waivers, he's my number one. I probably would put Odunze 2, Downs 3, maybe Shakir 2. Maybe Addison, Shakir, Odunze, Downs, Wicks would be my order. But I think if Addison is out there, you got to grab Addison. And look, it happens. You know, you obviously Rice got you a 0. I'm guessing you started Garrett Wilson. Flowers didn't do anything this week. Yeah, it happens. One of those weeks. Move on. It'll get better. Good luck, Dan. Or Doug. Good luck, Doug. All right, Jedi Koth. McConkey on the wire. So try to get him over Leggett. I think so. I think I prefer McConkey. He's getting some good involvement lately. Like we look at him this last week. Why is it loading? Come on. Trying to load him up here. So you look at him this last week, a 26% target share. That's great. 33% first read. That is fantastic. He got 2 end zone targets. 2. That's insane. Yeah. I think you gotta grab Ladd if he's out there. Grab Ladd for sure. All right, that guy. No, we just did this one. We did that one. I was gonna say, I'm like, wait, we did this one. We already did that one. All right, Chase. 1-7, lost Pacheco and Rice. Ouch. Trade Sun God to get Garrett Wilson. Okay, but first of all, what do you mean you're 1-7? I guess you have league median. Do you have league median? The problem with this trade is Monty's on bye this week. Okay, sure, you get Garrett Wilson this week, and that's nice, but Monty's on bye. Can you get a running back that's not on bye? Because you're 1-7. Like, I don't know what your league settings are that you're 1-7, I guess. Because no, even if it was like, yeah, I guess it must be league median, and you've yet to finish it in the league median, or maybe one time you did. But you need a running back that can play this week. Try to get a different running back other than Monty that's playing this week. I mean, man, I don't really want to make this trade. I don't think Sun God is the reason why you're 1-7, but I get that you're getting desperate here. But see if you can get a running back that's actually playing this week. If you can get a running back who's comparable to Monty but is playing this week, then I'd probably do it. All right, short season. How do you feel about Kyler Murray this week? I might start Fields, but I'm okay. I know it's easy because Fields had the bigger game last week and Murray was disappointing, even though it was even though it was the Commanders. But I'm still pretty much, if I have Kyler Murray, I'm starting Kyler Murray. I'm going to give him a pass here. I'm going to give him a pass. Fields still very risky. Let's not forget who Justin Fields was the first 3 weeks. And that was the Colts defense last week. Now he's got Dallas, who actually looked decent against the Giants. All right, Worldwide Gaming, drop Andrews for Njoku. Yeah, just get Njoku. At this point, Andrews, just 48% of the routes. That's terrible. Get Njoku. Drop Keenan for Pittman, 100%. 100%. How is Pittman on the waiver wire? Don't make me rant about this again. Yes. What is going on? Why are we dropping guys like Michael Pittman? Like the season is 17 weeks, not 3. What are you doing, people? Okay, that guy again. We did this. Or is this a different team? All right, I think this is a different team. All right, so we got Baker and Love, Bijan, Stevenson, and Irving. So running back's not as good here. A.J. Brown, Puka, London, Cooper, Sutton, Keon, Dell. Love over Baker. Oh, that's tough this week. I mean, Love gets the Rams. I think you got to go Love over Baker. He gets the Rams. All right, Love over Baker. Rate this team. Running backs, okay. Wide receivers are better here when Puka and Kupp come back, or when Puka comes back. But you got Cooper, Sutton, Keon Dell. I'm going to say this team's like an 8. This team, you probably could trade a wide receiver for a running back. Like maybe you could do Cortland Sutton for like a Jerome Ford, a Bucky Irving. Oh wait, you have Bucky Irving. Maybe Javante or something like that. I don't know. But this team, you could probably try to trade one of those running backs one of those wide receivers for a running back. I know Cooper still has a good amount of value. Cooper is set up for another big game this week against Commanders. Maybe wait and see if Cooper has a big game and then try to trade him for a running back. All right, Jedi Koth again. Half PPR. Hurts is on a buy. Pick up Geno or Fields. I mean, I know it's hard not to pick up Fields after what he did last week, but I mean, again, we can't forget what he did the first 3 weeks. And it is Dallas. I like Geno this week. Against the Giants. I don't know. I guess go Fields for the rushing, I guess. At least he's got Mike Tomlin's vote of confidence now. All right, Brandon Ahmed. Got JT, Achane, and James Cook. Sermon over Achane. I don't think I could do that. I mean, look at like what we've done, guys like Cam Akers. Had a great matchup against Jacksonville last week, was terrible. There's no guarantee that Sermon has a good game. He's still Trey Sermon. Achane on one touch can take it to the house. I know we haven't really seen that this year, but he's got that kind of ability. So I'm going Achane over Sermon. All right, we're about 90 minutes in. So this is a good time because we've got a lot of new people on here. If you're just jumping in and you don't know about Underdog, or you've been thinking about Underdog, this is a great time to try because they have Boostober. For the entire month of October, they are doing a profit boost token every day. Today's profit boost token is a WNBA profit boost token, 31%. So basically, if you do a pick'em with a WNBA player, or maybe it has to be a whole WNBA pick, I'm not sure. But if you do a pick'em and you win, you automatically get 31% more winnings, which is pretty sweet. But even if you're like, I don't care, I don't want to do a WNBA pick'em, which I understand. If you're new to Underdog, you haven't tried it yet, you get this new customer special free pick. Kirk Cousins on Thursday Night Football just needs a yard. That's a free one right there for you that they're giving you. You just have to pair this with one other pick, and if that pick hits, it's an auto win. And if you are new to Underdog and you sign up with code ENDGAME, you're going to get that free pick. Plus, you're going to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash, and this is cash you can use right away. So you could take that Kirk Cousins free pick. You could take the money. You could take Underdog's own money, and you could apply it to some pick'ems and maybe win some money back. So check it out if you haven't already. It's a ton of fun. And of course, they have all sorts of sports on there, not just NFL, WNBA, of course, baseball, basketball when it starts up, everything. And we got our app Draft Lane. If you want another way to connect with us to get your question answered, check it out. It links to your Sleeper and Yahoo league so we can see your rosters, your waivers, everything, your league. If you don't have Yahoo or Sleeper, you can still ask general questions in there. So check it out. It's our app where Pierre and I are on there all day. Not all night because we do need to sleep, believe it or not. But we're on there all day answering questions. So check it out. Another way to get your question answered. So still catching up here. I'm about 45 minutes behind. Oh, what just happened here? Now I'm going to be a little more behind because my thing decided to wig out again. No, we did those. All right, I'm about 45 minutes behind here. I will get through every super chat. I will try to get to some non-super chats. All right, let's do this one real quick from Nicholas. Ayuk and Amari Cooper for Evans. I think you got to just take Evans here. Just got to take Evans. He's been great. Just take Evans. Just take Evans. All right, Brado Blends. I see your super chat. Let me see if I see a question from you. I don't see a question. I will keep my eyes open. If you want to drop it in the regular chat, you don't have to super chat, of course. When I see it, I will pull it up. All right, R. Levis, either Wicks or Leggett worth dropping Jennings. So are you dropping Jennings, or are you saying drop one of these guys for Jennings? I mean, Jennings was decently involved this week, even with Debo back. Now, look, Debo will probably play more this week. I mean, is Jennings your worst player? Like, you don't have anybody worse than Jennings to drop? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Debo should play more. How many snaps did Debo play last week? Debo, he ran 83% of the routes, but you got to think that'll go up. Only a 14% share. That should go up. Yeah, you can probably drop Jennings. I guess I prefer Wicks because you got Jordan Love. Although these guys are close because, I mean, I guess Thielen's coming back at some point, so probably get Wicks. Is Pierre gone filming as Allen in 2.5 Men? I don't know what this means. Is that the show? Was that the show with Charlie Sheen? What was 2.5 Men? That was Charlie Sheen, right? I never watched that show. My mom loved that show. I never watched it, so don't really know what this means. Sorry. All right, Soda edits. Oh man, Soda sounds good right now. PPR Garrett Wilson versus Pollard and McConkey. Is this a trade? Like the trade is G. Will or Pollard and McConkey? If this is a trade, give me Garrett Wilson. Give me Garrett Wilson. Justin, you made it. What's up? All right, Mo Marley. This one stood out to me. Are we dropping Andrews for Kraft and Ertz? I don't want to drop Andrews for one of these guys if I don't have to. I mean, look, if you're in a shallower league and you don't have the bench spot, then yeah, go ahead. I mean, I'm not starting Andrews over these guys. I'd rather start one of these guys. But yeah, if you're in a shallow league and you know the bench spot, go for it. But I'd prefer not to. All right, here's Brado Blends. Traded Jordan Mason for James Cook, and I'm regretting it for some reason. I don't think it's a bad trade. James Cook's been great. I mean, I know, okay, he wasn't good Sunday night, but again, the Bills got rolled. They couldn't establish a run. They couldn't do anything in that game. They just got rolled. Cook will be fine. Cook will be great. So I don't think you'll regret it. I think at worst, it'll be even. And if CMC comes back, you'll be happy you did this deal. So no, I definitely don't think you'll regret it. All right, gonna keep going here. Appreciate everybody. A lot of comments. All right, let's do a defense one because why not? Dolphins or Seahawks? You can't start the Dolphins defense, I don't think. Even against the Patriots. Go Seahawks. Go Seahawks against Daniel Jones. He was terrible last week. Not scared of Daniel Jones. And Malik Neighbors might be out, which even better. All right, we got Benny Black. What is up? 12-team full PPRs got Lamar, Achane, Ramondre, but no other running backs other than handcuffs. Put in a, okay. I don't know what happened to the rest. Here we go. Put in a claim for Sermon. I have Puka, Garrett Wilson, Deontay Bryan, Thomas Dell. Should I trade for one of these receivers for an RB? I don't know, because Puka's hurt. If you trade one, now you're down to just 3 wide receivers. Who are your running backs again? You got Achane or Ramondre. I think you're fine. Again, Tua should be back week 8. It's not like Achane. Achane should at least be serviceable. Ramondre should be good. If you trade one of these receivers, because Puka's out for, like, they're saying maybe another month. Like, if you trade, let's say, Brian Thomas right now, who's got some value, you're rolling with Garrett Wilson, Deontay Johnson, and Tank Dell every week. You have no, like, what are you going to do when buys or something happens? So I don't think you're deep enough at wide receiver here. If Puka was healthy, I'd say, yeah, go for it. But with Puka out, I don't think you're deep enough here. So, yeah, grab Sermon. He could be a good start spot this week if you need him. Start this week if you need him. But I don't think I'm making a trade here. All right, another one from Benny. It's a 12 team, not 13 team. Oh, this is the same question. He just was able to put it. He was able to put it in one thing. Yeah, drop Akers for Sermon. Definitely. Also check if Chase Brown is out there. A lot of people dropped Chase Brown last week. Check if he's out there. All right, let's do this one. Cohen, is Sermon the best running back pickup to start this week? He might be. But again, it depends who's out there in your league. Like, so if Chase Brown is still out there, who else might still be? Let me look at my, like, a 12-teamer here. My 12-teamer. Although it's a competitive 12-teamer, so let's see who's available at running back here. Hi, John. Yeah. No, man. Those guys. Sermon. Yeah, Sermon probably going to be your best bet. I will say, Tyler Algier is also interesting if he's available. I'm not saying Bijan Robinson's going to miss. I don't know. But he's been limited with a hamstring injury, and they do have a short turnaround this week. If he's out, this is going to be a great spot for Tyler Algier. Great spot for him this week. So those would be my top 2, Sermon and Algier. All right, let's help out Vincent here. He's got Caleb Williams and Anthony Richardson in a 1 QB league. Not sure what to do with them. You could probably drop Caleb. Don't drop Anthony Richardson. Darnold, Goff, Rodgers, Dalton, Cousins. I think I just pick up Darnold at this point and just roll with Darnold every week. He's been so good. Just grab Darnold, roll with Darnold. Maybe this is the week it falls, he crashes because it is a tough matchup. But until then, just roll with him. All right, Mr. Rivers. He threw the owner of Walker an offer. He suspects he'll say no, but you never know. Ayuk, Keenan, and Rashawn. Yeah, this might have looked better if you just did Ayuk and Keenan. Because when you throw in Rashawn, it's like, something's fishy here. Like, why are you throwing in a third? Ayuk and Keenan, maybe. I don't think it's terrible. Like, I think if he accepts it, it's fair. He's getting Ayuk, who still, could rebound and be a top 10 wide receiver rest of the year, top 15 wide receiver. And look, Kenneth Walker coming off a 3-touchdown game, but let's not go nuts here. Let's not act like Kenneth Walker is going to score 30 touchdowns this year. So I think it's fair. He might say no, but I think it's fair. All right, this one's easy. Diego, drop Pitts for Kirk or Chase Brown? Yeah, drop him for Kirk. 100% drop him for Kirk. Pitts, you can definitely drop. Pitts, terrible. Trone Force, one of our members. What is up with Barkley and Monty on bye? Needs 2 running backs for this week. He's got Braylon Allen, Madison, Mostert, or Emmanuel Wilson. Could drop one of them for Gibson, Pirine, or Bigsby. You can drop Mostert for sure. Probably would want Bigsby here, because he's getting involved again. He's looked good. And look, if something happens to Etienne, it's going to be all Bigsby. So I would drop Mostert for Bigsby. And honestly, I'm probably going to roll with Braylon Allen. Madison or Wilson? Madison. It's a pretty good matchup for Madison this week. Antonio Pierce saying he's earned more of a role. He gets goal line work. It's the Broncos. It's not fantastic. The Packers running backs have a good matchup, but man, you really need Emmanuel Wilson to do something on very little. I might go Allen and Madison this week, but yeah, drop Mostert and pick up Bigsby. All right, good luck, Trone. All right, where are we at here? All right, we got PM Chunk. Got a trade question. Debo and Mooney for Deontay and Chuba in PPR. Give me Deontay and Chuba at this point. Oh, you're giving up Chuba? Nah, I'm taking the Deontay Chuba side. These guys have been so good. And why would it change? They're not going to go back to Bryce Young. The only way they're going to go back to Bryce Young is if Dalton gets hurt. I'm keeping Deontay and Chuba. I don't even care if I'm stacked at running back and you don't need Chuba. Get more. Get more. Get instead of Debo and Mooney, like Mooney's fine. If you want a second wide receiver, get like Debo and like Jordan Addison, JSN, Brian Thomas, guys like that. Get more. Maybe even Rashid Shaheed, honestly. Like Chuba's value is very high right now. And so is Deontay's. So get a little bit more. Oh, Mr. TD, why you were close? Thank goodness you didn't. Close to drop. Why would you drop these guys? Like, do your leagues only have one bench spot? Like, if you could put Pittman on the bench, why not? Why not? That's what benches are for. Jerome saying someone rage dropped Ridley. Yeah. I mean, Ridley, okay, whatever. But yeah, he still shouldn't be out there. Mr. Rivers saying Ayuk is a curse. Lost 2 weeks in a row starting that guy. Okay, I don't even know if I believe this. But your name is Chris, so I guess I got to believe this. Somebody dropped Nico Collins? Really? What? Why? Thick fingers. Well done. Jawan Jennings for Ramondre. Well done. Well done. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Well done. All right. Based on my rant, which was like an hour ago, McBride and Pittman were dropped. What's going on in these leagues? What's going on in these leagues? McBride better. Oh, come on. McBride is not better than Pittman. McBride hasn't even been that good. You guys are riled. You guys are getting me riled up right now. All right, Amaya. Next super chat. Oh, 0-4. All right, we got to do something here. We got to help you out. McCaffrey's on the IR. You got London, Higgins, Jacobs, Ramondre, Odunze, and Worthy on the bench. First of all, I would say this might be a team where I trade away CMC and get 2 good players back. I don't know who you got Jacobs, Ramondre, London, Higgins. Yeah, you might want to trade away CMC here if you can and get 2 good players back, like a running back and a wide receiver. Get back on the winning trail here. I'm going to prioritize Leggett over Sermon. I mean, you got Ramondre and Jacobs. You're good at running back. You're fine. I'm going to prioritize Leggett. He was good last week. Andy Dalton's balling out. Sermon is only going to be worthwhile if JT is out. So get Leggett or Leggett, however you pronounce it. This is a team where I'm going to say trade McCaffrey if you can. But did you die? What can you possibly get from Mike Evans? Like, you make it sound like, oh man, like Mike Evans has been so bad. Who is actually going to trade me anything for Mike Evans? You can get a lot from Mike Evans. You could probably get Mixon coming off of injury, Connor. Jacobs, I'll bet you could get for Mike Evans right now. Bet you could get Jacobs. Maybe James Cook coming off a down game. Brian Robinson, although I probably want more than Brian Robinson. Jordan Mason, you can get plenty for Mike Evans. Mike Evans is great. Wide receiver. So there's some wide receiver. Devonta Smith, if you don't need him this week. Cup, if you're willing to maybe wait another week. London, I think is a good buy low. Ayuk, a good buy low. Maybe Olave or Garrett Wilson, also good buy lows right now. I think you can get those guys too. Yeah, Evans has tons of value. Mr. B saying he accidentally dropped the defense once and then a kicker another time, but did you really miss them? Like, come on. That's not that bad. Okay, we got to help Barry out. Wan'Dale Robinson or Christian Kirk, because everybody dropped Christian Kirk after week 2 because, 2 weeks. That's it. It's been 2 weeks. I know what's going to happen the rest of the season because I've seen 2 weeks. You got to drop. You got to get Kirk, and I would be willing to drop. I mean, depending on how deep your league is, how shallow it is, how aggressive your league mates are with the fab, I would. If it's a really shallow league, like an 8-teamer, and your league mates don't really pay attention that much, 30 to 40% of my fab. If it's a deep league, 12-team, 14-team, 16-team, and it's very competitive, I might drop close to all of it. Like we're talking about Christian Kirk here. Talking about a guy who was being drafted in round 5. Talking about a guy who, he was terrible the first 2 weeks, but he's been great the last 2 weeks. I'm going to bet on that guy because that's the guy I thought he was going to be before the season. So there you go. Definitely get Christian Kirk. Why are people dropping Christian Kirk? Why are we dropping Christian? All right, John with the super chat. Let me see if I can find your question. Here it is. Rachaad White or Shakir in the flex? I think you got to go Shakir at this point. He's the wide receiver 1 in Buffalo. He's way safer than Rachaad White. I think you got to go Shakir. Shakir's been solid. Go Shakir. All right, Mr. Rivers got offered Chuba and Kelsey for Achane. I mean, it's hard not to say the Chuba and Kelsey side right now but that's right now. I mean, long term, I still want Achane. I mean, let's not forget what Achane did the first 3 weeks, or 2.5 weeks, I guess. Achane still has the second most expected fantasy points of any running back this year, behind only Alvin Kamara. Tua is going to come back. I mean, look, in the short term, you might regret, you might want Chuba and Kelsey, but long term, I think you're still going to want Achane here. All right, PM Chunk with another one. Someone dropped Love, and I have $100 in fab. I got Jaden Daniels. I mean, look, okay, if you want to scoop him up as insurance, definitely do it. But I wouldn't go too crazy for him. You got JD, no more than $10. No more than $10. If someone scoops him up for more than $10, okay, they can have him. Not a big deal. You got JD. Don't go too crazy here for Love. You already got JD. Kyle Burks, would I go try to trade for Bijan? Absolutely. Absolutely. This might be the best buy low you're going to get for Bijan this year. Go get Bijan. Rock out. Who to put? What is that thing right there? OBJ? What is that? Who to put as first priority? Fields or Wicks? My QB is Purdy, Carr, Tua. Okay, you must be in a super flex league. If you got 3 QBs. Wide receivers are Evans, Higgins, Jameson, Wan'Dale, Puka on IR. If it's a super flex league, Yeah, if it's a super flex league, probably get Fields because you're probably going to want to start Fields over Carr. Yeah, I'm going to assume this is super flex because you have 3 QBs. So I would prioritize Fields. Why does my thing do this? All right, I did that one already. My thing jumps around on me when I'm trying to scroll here. Where are we at? Let me get caught back up here. Wait, did I see somebody? Oh, I thought it was Godzilla. All right, back at my spot here. Deontay Johnson or Thielen to the Chiefs. That would be. I don't know about Deontay Johnson because didn't they? What did they just? They just gave him a huge or was it a 1-year deal? I thought they gave him a pretty big contract, didn't they? No, this is the last year of his deal. Good call. Good call there. Wow, could you imagine Deontay Johnson to the Chiefs? Maybe Thielen, but I mean, old. Already hurt. All right, Alan's saying traded Hawk for Dobbins feels like a big win. Really needed a running back. I mean, if you got Dobbins, I think that's a big win. I don't think they opened Hawkinson's practice window, did they? Let's see. The most likely return to play dates for Hawkinson currently are the Thursday night, October 24th game or the following week. So you're looking at like late October, early November. And that's just return to play. Yeah, get Dobbins. Definitely good trade. Good trade there. All right, another one from KJ Sticks, 10-team full PPR. Mason and Terry McLaurin for Connor and JSN. No, I want Mason and Terry. Just because I think you're getting such an upgrade at wide receiver, Terry over JSN. Look, maybe there's a chance in 4 or 5 weeks CMC is back and that hurts Mason, but there's also a chance he's not. And look, there's a chance that Trey Benson takes on a bigger role as the season goes on. Yeah, I'm taking Mason and Terry here just so I can get Terry. Terry finally looking like the league winner we said he would be. Let's hope it continues. Let's hope JD keeps playing like this. All right, Mike. Suggesting a running back for Michael Pittman and Xavier Worthy. All right, good question. Again, pull up some real trades here. Let's see some real trades that were made recently. So we got Pittman. And we got, who was it? Worthy? Yeah, and Worthy. Pittman and Worthy. And we'll do like, I don't know, 2 for 2s, 2 for 1s. All right, so you said you're looking for a running back. So let's do that. There we go. Okay, let's see some running backs recently. Singletary, nah. Well, there hasn't been any. Okay, let's just look at Pittman. See if we have any good running backs here. I don't know if I want Chuba. I don't know if I'm all in on Chuba yet. I mean, there's a Pittman for Gibbs, but I don't think most people are doing that. There's a Pittman and a Mooney for Mixon, maybe. All right, this isn't any good. Let's just look at. Okay, I'll just give you my opinion. So Pittman and Worthy. I mean, Pittman. I don't think people are completely back in on Pittman yet. I think they're still a little nervous. But if I could get like Brian Robinson, I would do it. Mixon, I already mentioned I would do it. Maybe Connor. I doubt you can get Walker because he just had that big game. Maybe I'd do it for Ramondre. I like Ramondre. Guys like that, if you need a running back. That's what I'd be looking for. Guys like that. All right, Mike, I hope that helps you out. Thank you. All right, we got Bradshaw, next super chat here. 1 and 3. Starting running backs are on buys the next 2 weeks. Kyron and Monty, okay. Other running backs are Braylon and Rashawn. Wide receivers, DJ Moore, Ayuk, Wandale, Yosevich, and Jamo. Number one, do I go Wicks? Yeah, I think Wicks got. I think you gotta pick up Wicks over Sermon. Again, we don't even know if JT's out this week yet. Gotta go Wicks over Sermon. Hopefully, you can still get Sermon. And yeah, if JT is out, you can sub in Sermon. He's actually got good matchups the next 2 weeks. So if JT is out, but yeah, I think you got to go Wicks over Sermon. All right, good luck, Bradshaw. Thank you. All right, Claudio. 12 team, 0 PPR, so standard scoring, I guess. Do I try to trade Olave and Stevenson to get AJ Brown? I don't think so. If it was PPR, maybe. But in standard scoring, non-PPR, I want that running back. I want that running back that can give me touchdowns. You got Brees, Walker, Ford, Dowdle, Harrison, Thomas, Deontay, Ferguson. And look, Olave is the kind of receiver. He's like the kind of receiver I want in a non-PPR league. Because he's not one of those guys that is going to get you 9 catches for 70 yards. He's one of those guys that's going to get you 6 catches for 80 yards, 8 catches for 100 yards, right? Like his yards per reception is relatively high. So he's even got value in standard scoring. So I'm keeping Olave and Stevenson here, personally. Thank you for that. All right, we got Anthony in the house. Thank you, Anthony. I'm doing my best here. Yes, I'm on buy. Should I play Michael Wilson, Cortland Sutton, or drop Carson Steele and hit the waiver wire? 1 and 3 due to fantasy luck. Yeah. Actually should be 4-0. Second in points. Yeah, I'm that way too. I'm only in 4 redraft leagues. And the league there's 2 leagues that I really care about. One league we're doing okay, and the other league that I really care about, and it's our best ball league, Anthony, that you're in with me. The highest score, I'm 1 and 3, but I'm not worried. Although I did just lose Rashee Rice, that hurts. But I'm still not worried. All right, but it happens. But at least you're the highest score or second in points, so you know your team is good. You don't have to worry about it. I mean, you can drop. I probably am playing Cortland Sutton this week. It's not a bad matchup for him. You can drop Carson Steele, and of course, like if Wicks is out there, if Downs is out there, if those guys that we talked about are out there, get them. But I'm probably. I mean, it depends who you get. It depends who you pick up. But I think Sutton's a fine start this week. I would start him over Wilson. And then it depends who you pick up. Like if you get Wicks, I might go Wicks. He gets the Rams. If you get Downs, I might go Downs, especially if it's Flacco. So good luck. Let's get you back. Let's get you to 2 and 3. Get you on the right track here. Sure, it'll happen. All right, Drock Will. Would you trade Waddle and Ingram for Keon, J.K. Dobbins, and Kmet? I don't think so. I still prefer Ingram to Kmet. And look, I know it's rough right now for Waddle. But again, Tua will be back week 8. That's what they're saying. He's symptom-free right now. And then you're going to be really happy you still have Waddle. And they have a bye week in there. So you really only have 2 bad weeks of Waddle and then a bye week. What has Keon Coleman even done? I mean, I know you're getting Dobbins and he's fine. But, I mean, what has Dobbins done the last 2 weeks? I'm keeping Waddle and Ingram here. Blue Sports TV is back. Welcome back. I don't know where you went, but welcome back. All right, let's help out me Largartijo. Apologies, I'm sure that was wrong. Am I trading Marvin Harrison for Moore and McCaffrey? I'm not doing this. I don't think so. Yeah, DJ Moore. I mean, I guess it's going to be probably frustrating with DJ Moore this year with Caleb. And why take the risk with McCaffrey? You got Marvin Harrison. Just keep Harrison. All right, Calvin, because Calvin Hobbes is one of my favorite comic book strips. So let's bring him up here. You got me. You got me with the Calvin avatar. 10-team PPR, St. Brown, Laporta, Devonta Smith, all on bye. Yep, it's a rough bye week. Needs a flex, only has 2 options, Leggett or Braylon Allen. Not a good spot for the Jets running backs this week against the Vikings, that front line. I know it's not a great spot for Leggett either, but man, I mean, the way Dalton's playing, it's PPR. I think I'm going to go Leggett. That one's close, though. Good luck, Calvin. Let's help out House of Sneakerhead. Bucky Irving or Kareem Hunt? I'm going Bucky Irving. Not ready for Hunt yet. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, Troy Bates. Should I start Juwan Jennings over Xavier Worthy? I would not. I would gamble on Worthy. Again, Jennings was okay this week, but you got to think Debo will be more involved at some point. Ayuk's going to get more involved. Let's just gamble on Worthy. Texas Pete. Trade Kyler Murray for Pollard and Judy. Got Jacobs and Chuba starting. Dowdle, Javon. Still have Lamar Jackson? Yeah, I do this. I wonder if you can get more, though. Like, I'm fine trading Kyler Murray. I just wonder if you can get a bit more. I like Pollard. I like getting Pollard. And Judy has actually been solid this year. And he could have a good week this week against Commanders, but still, I don't know. I feel like you could maybe get a little more. What about like Pollard and then a wide receiver like Shakir? McConkey. Somebody like that. Shaheed. I think I'd prefer that. I don't hate this trade. I just think you can get a little more than Judy, personally. But it's fine. You got Lamar, so you don't really need Murray. Wait, what? Justin, drop one. Murray, Richardson, Love. You have all 3 of these quarterbacks. You can drop Richardson. I mean, what are you doing with all 3 of these quarterbacks? Trade one. Trade one of these guys. Zunoon, Mark Andrews, or Ingram if he plays. Ingram. I'm not starting Mark Andrews. I'm just not doing it. Not starting Mark Andrews. I don't even know what tight end I would start Mark Andrews over. There's probably some. Maybe Greg Dulcich. Maybe. I don't even know if I would do that, honestly. Legendary one. Would you drop Jerome Ford for either Chase or Bucky? No. Why does it have to be Jerome Ford? I mean, I want to pick these guys up, but why Jerome Ford? He's still the RB1 in Cleveland by far. He catches passes. Plays the Commanders this week. You don't have anybody worse than Jerome Ford on your roster? I prefer not to, but I do want to pick up Chase and Bucky for sure, but I prefer not to drop Jerome Ford. All right, Jody again. What's up? Considering Miami's offense status, yeah, not good. Got Achane, Chuba, Rachaad White, Robinson Jr., and Mason. Planning on playing Mason, Robinson Jr., and Chuba at flex. Yeah. Like, I'm okay in this case dropping, like, not starting Achane. In fact, this week, if you haven't seen our running back video this week, we did it a little differently. And by the way, let me know if you watched our running back starts did. Do you like the new format? If you watched it today, do you like the new format or the old format better? Let me know. I should have done a poll. I don't know how to do polls in here, though. But if you look at, like, how we had these guys, we have Chuba Hubbard, Brian Robinson, and Devon Achane all in the strong starts. So they're all in the same group. And Jordan Mason in the must start. So, yeah, I'm okay in this case benching Achane because you got 3 really good options. Go for it. All right, keep it moving here. So it looks like I'm catching up a little bit. I'm now only about 40 minutes behind, I think. All right, Chris Laborde, what is up? Did you see your question? No, I just saw this. So if you want to drop it in the regular comment, I will get to it. Let me see. Maybe I'll scroll up a little bit. Let me see. But I only see this one. So if you want to drop just a regular comment, Chris, I will definitely get to it. All right, Money Mitch. Goff for Love. Like a trade? Yeah, give me Love. If it's who you're starting this week, it's Love. If it's a trade, it's Love. Drop Emmanuel Wilson for Warren. No, I mean, Warren's hurt. Hasn't even been good. Emmanuel Wilson's actually been okay. I would just keep Emmanuel Wilson, honestly. I don't know why. This one caught my eye. T-Fam. Caught my eye here. Christian Kirk, DJ Moore, Waddle, Wicks. I'm going Kirk for sure. I think I still let me look first before I say anything. DJ Moore gets the Panthers. I know Wicks gets the Rams, but I think I still have to put Wicks ahead. I mean, Moore ahead of Wicks. So I'm gonna go Kirk and DJ Moore, but I don't mind Wicks this week. All right, Frank, PPR's got Connor, Barkley, and Walker. Should I trade Barkley for Brian Robinson Jr. and CeeDee Lamb? Yes. What? So somebody is just like Barkley, CeeDee Lamb is fair, right? It's like RB1, wide receiver 1. Totally fair. But they're like, here, just have Brian Robinson too? Like, what? Brian Robinson has been good. Like, does a person that have Brian Robinson not even realize how good he's been? This is a smash. Like, if this hits my inbox, like if I wake up tomorrow morning and I'm barely awake and I open my phone and I go into Sleeper and I say, oh, I got to trade, and I see that somebody offered me CeeDee Lamb for Saquon Barkley, it's like I'm doing this so fast on my accept. I'm like, oh, before they change their mind. Take it, Frank. This is a league-winning trade for you. League-winning trade. Take it. All right, Rye Dollar Sign. Rate the team in full PPR Superflex. All right. Bijan Daniels, that Jaden Daniels mixed in with the running backs. Aaron Jones, Neighbors, Collins, Chuba, Brooks, Mahomes. I guess Mahomes, your QB2 isn't terrible. Crazy Mahomes, your QB2. Worthy, McBride, Adams, McLaurin, Irving, Singletary, 49ers D, and Moody. I mean, Daniels, Mahomes. I mean, Mahomes, your QB2 is still pretty good. You got Bijan, Aaron Jones. That's really good. You got Neighbors, Collins. That's great. Chuba, Brooks, Worthy, McBride. Is this like a 10 team? It's got to be like a 10 teamer. Your team is stacked. This is like a 9. This team is stacked. Well done. All right, keep scrolling here on the crystal board. I'm looking for your comment. Exity saying super chat got skipped. All right, let me look. Exity, sorry. Did I miss some super chats here? I did that one. All right, let me check here. I know I did that one. I did his. So Exity. By the way, Yoda Clan came a member. If you have a chat, drop that one. I did those. Oh, I think I missed. Okay, I did. I missed these. Okay. All right, I think I missed all these. Apologies, guys. All right, that guy. Rank these waiver wire options. Leggett and Wandale. I'm not taking a shot on any KC wide receiver unless Worthy is out there. I'm going to rank him Leggett and Wandale. All right, sorry, guys. I missed all these somehow. All right, Daniel Marini. 8-man PPR league was offered CMC for James Conner. Yeah, just give me James Conner and Terry McLaurin. Well, okay, I don't know which side you are here. But I want the Connor. I just want the Connor Terry McLaurin side at this point. Just give me the Connor Terry McLaurin side. All right, Chris Laborde, I'm sorry. Here's your super chat. Would you trade Jordan Mason and Marvin Harrison for Breece Hall and Devonta Smith? Yes, give me Breece and Devonta Smith. Definitely. Not worried about Breece Hall at all. One bad game does not cause me to panic. All right, Exity, I'm sorry. Here you go. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. Needs one running back, two wide receiver, and a flex between Ford, Najee, Bucky, Tyreek, Garrett Wilson, Deontay Ayuk, Zay Terry. All right, your two wide receivers are going to be. Well, you're gonna go Garrett Wilson, Deontay Johnson, and Terry McLaurin as your two wide receivers in your flex. Let's bench Ayuk this week. Let's bench Zay this week. And your one running back will be. Yeah, I think Ford is fine. Who do they get this? Who does Ford get this week? Yeah, the Commanders. Yeah, go with Ford. I'm gonna go Terry over Ayuk. Let me see Ayuk first. But I think Ayuk's fine. All right, and then I missed Wayne. Put the remaining fab $27 towards Dobbins or Hunt. Definitely Dobbins. Drop it all on Dobbins. Let's go. It's week 5. We're out of fab. Let's go. All right, I know I did this one. So I missed that group. I missed that group right there. Apologies, guys. I don't know how I missed that. I know I did this one. I think I did this one. Yeah, 1 and 3, Hunt and Wicks. Yeah, okay. All right, so I think I'm back caught up. If I missed any, please let me know. Usually Pierre handles this part of the thing, so doing my best here. All right, another one from Chris KD. Nose is my favorite. Defense question. 49ers versus the Cardinals. Seahawks versus Giants. Yeah, Seahawks versus Giants. Maybe no neighbors, but even with neighbors last week, what did the Giants do? They kicked like 4 field goals. Like, Daniel Jones is terrible. Give me the Seahawks. All right, Dion, one of our members. What's up? He's in a small 10-team league. So Joe Burrow and Baker Mayfield are on waivers. But he's got Richardson and Darnold. Do I drop Richardson for Burrow? Yeah, you could probably drop Richardson for Burrow, I guess. Yeah. I don't know if you have to, but you can. All right, RFR. Deontay Johnson, Achane, and Chuba for Jefferson and Pacheco. Oh. I think I'm taking the DJ Achane side. I know you want Jefferson, but Deontay Johnson's been great. Chuba's been great. And look, Achane will get back to being a no-doubt stud in a few weeks here. Pacheco, we don't know Pacheco. Like, if I knew for sure, like if they were like, yeah, a few more weeks and Pacheco will be back, then maybe I take the Jefferson side. But so much uncertainty with Pacheco. I'm just going to take the Deontay Johnson Achane side, even though I would love to get Jefferson, of course. Wayne, yes, apologies. I just did it. If you didn't hear me, if you missed it, sorry. I somehow missed like 4 super chats earlier. I apologize. I went back and did them. You can drop all $27 of your fab on Dobbins. Drop it all on Dobbins. All right, Steven Youngberg. Is Swift a solid start this week with Gibbs on bye or Najee and Singletary? I can't call Swift a solid start. But he's got a great matchup against the Panthers. We did call Najee and Singletary solid starts. I think Swift has more upside than them. He has more risk, but he has more upside. So if you're willing to risk it, I mean, it's the Panthers. And like I said earlier, Derek Brown's been out since week 1. They just lost Shaq Lawson. That defense is even more banged up. He's certainly got more upside than those guys, but he's got more risk. Kirk or McLaurin this week in the flex? I think I'm still going Terry here, but man, I like Kirk this week too, but I'm going Terry. And then hold Swift or trade. If you can trade Swift, do it. Sell high on Swift if you can, for sure. All right, Jedi Koth again. Half PPR drop Keenan or Odunze. I mean, if you need to drop one of these guys, I guess I would prefer to drop Keenan. I don't really want to, but I mean, if you're in a really shallow league, I guess I'm dropping Keenan. You got, yeah, I can't drop any of those guys. So I guess Keenan. All right, Joshua Rogers, question above. Okay, let me look. Here it is. All right, 14-team PPR. He's 2-2. Got Murray, Mason, Brian Robinson Jr., Garrett Wilson, Deontay Johnson, JSN, Ingram. On the bench is Stevenson, Ford, Dell, Addison, Ertz, Pacheco. On the waivers, try for Wicks. Yes. You can drop Ertz for Wicks. Hopefully Ingram is back. Trades to try. I mean, you're pretty deep at running back. You got Brian Robinson, Mason, Stevenson, Ford. You got Deontay, JSN, Garrett Wilson, Addison, Dell. It might not be a bad time. Maybe try to I don't see anything you really need. But you could maybe try to package Addison and Ford, both coming off pretty good games. And I don't even know though. What are you going to really get? I don't even know. Is that really going to, I don't think that's really going to upgrade your team. Maybe Addison and I don't know. I mean, you got a good team. I don't really see anything that's jumping out at me oh yeah, you need to improve that. You got a good QB. You got a good tight end when he's healthy. You got good running backs, good wide receivers. I don't see any trades that you definitely need to do, but you can drop Ertz for Wicks and hope Ingram is back this week. And then if he's not, I don't know, maybe you're able to move Ingram to IR and pick up a different tight end. All right, Joshua Rogers, question also above. Okay. Oh, wait, I did that. I just did that. What am I talking about? All right. Nick, 12-man PPR, currently 3-1. Very nice. Got Hurts and Mahomes. All right. Achane, Walker, Mostert, Charbonnet, CD, Marvin Harrison, Garrett Wilson, Tank, and Goddard. Any moves? You can drop Mostert. You just traded Swift, Shakir, and Love for Wilson and Mahomes? You didn't even need Mahomes. Why'd you give Mahomes? I mean, maybe a super flex. I don't know. Maybe a super flex. You can drop Mostert. Oh, you traded Darnold and Deontay for Hurts? I got to assume this is super flex. This has got to be super flex. But you can drop Mostert for whatever. Wicks, Downs, Chase Brown if he got dropped, Sermon if he's out there. I got to assume this is super flex based on those trades, though. Good luck. Let's keep winning. Let's keep the winning going here. Oh man, see, my thing does this. I know when I say my thing does this, you guys have no idea what I'm talking about. But when I'm trying to scroll through the chat here, it just jumps all of a sudden. All right, Gabriel, one of our members. What's up? 4-0. Nice. Half PPR's got Mahomes, James Cook, Brian Robinson, Trey Benson, Chase Brown, Akers. You can drop Akers. Rashawn, Jefferson, Higgins, Mooney, Shakir, Leggett, Kincaid, Brooks on the IR, Puka. All right, Wilson, Hunt, Javonte. Javonte's on waivers. On Wicks, Downs, Wandale, Rams wide receiver. Well, I mean, you got James Cook, Brian Robinson, Benson. Jefferson, Higgins, Mooney. I mean, you kind of need wide receiver or running back here. I want to believe in Javonte, but I don't know if I'm ready yet. So you can definitely drop Akers. I'm going to prioritize him Downs, Wicks, Javonte. Drop Akers, and priority is Downs, Wicks, Javonte. Good luck. All right, only because I really like your avatar. I think that's kind of cool looking. I don't know what it is, but it caught my eye. Drop Lazard for Dontavian Wicks, definitely. Definitely do that. Definitely do that. All right, Glenn White, 12-team PPR trade. Devontae for Olave straight up. I'm still taking Olave. Olave is the wide receiver 11 over the last 2 weeks. Olave has been great the last 2 weeks. And let's not forget weeks 1 and 2, which I know. Whatever happened in weeks 1 and 2, that's the whole season. Let's not forget in weeks 1 and 2, the Saints offense, the Saints just destroyed the teams where they weren't even playing in the fourth quarter. Right? They're only playing 3 quarters, not even 3 quarters, honestly. Last 2 games, more competitive games, and look what Olave's done. He's been awesome. He's going to continue to be awesome. Adams, you're just hoping for a trade here. Give me Olave. Give me Olave for sure. All right, but did you die? Again, nope, still here, still alive. Had to ask about Evans because I tried getting Kamara for Evans. Yeah, no one's probably trading Kamara straight up for Evans. That's too much. But I gave you some options there for Evans. There's still some really good running backs you can get for Evans. But yeah, no one's probably trading Kamara straight up for Evans. All right, Brado blends again. Non-PPR, Wicks or Dobbs? Got to go Wicks. Got to go Wicks. And then Anthony Richardson, T-Law or Fields. Man, I really like T-Law this week. I mean, Fields probably a little safer. I mean, if you can even say, look, if Anthony Richardson plays, he's got a great matchup this week. And I know it was only 2 series last week, but he'd already run for 24 yards. He had already passed for over 70 yards. He was looking good. I mean, I know it was only 2 series. So I think if Anthony Richardson plays this week, I'm still going Richardson over these guys. If he doesn't, I guess Fields. Although I will say, I like T-Law this week. It's a gamble, but I like T-Law. Bravo. Hill for Chase straight up. Just give me Chase. Don't take the risk. Don't take the couple more terrible games. Just give me Chase. Give me Chase. It's barely even a downgrade, if at all. All right. Speaking of a Kamara trade, George Brennan, what's up? Kamara for Bijan or Jones and Godwin? Are we doing Kamara straight up for Bijan right now? Oh, man. We should, but I mean, I know Bijan is going to get better. But Kamara getting every touch, getting the receptions. I think I still gotta prefer Kamara right now. Jones and Godwin is interesting. I think I still gotta go Kamara here. I mean, it's definitely closer. But having that running back like Kamara is such an advantage. I think I'm keeping Kamara both counts here, which I can't believe I'm saying that, but I think I am. Good luck, George. Let us know what you end up doing. All right, GT, trade Diggs to get Chubb. Look, I'm not even that high on Diggs. Diggs has been living right. Diggs has been basically as good as he could possibly be this year. He can't get any better. But I'm not trading Diggs to get Chubb. Nah, keep Diggs. Keep Diggs. All right, not really sure where I'm at here. I'm still chugging along. Sir Boomer in the house. What is up, Sir Boomer? All right, Legendary One resubscribed. I didn't know you unsubscribed. Thank you. Which I should remind everybody. If you're on here right now, okay, first of all, let me put this user in timeout. Again, no need to spam the chat. Not going to help your question get answered, but this is a good time to remind you guys, if you're on here and you're enjoying it, why not just hit that subscribe button? Takes like half a second. Hit that like button. Takes another half a second. Wayne, yeah, I got your question, Wayne. Hopefully you got it. And okay, Crystal Board, here we go. Would you trade? Oh yeah, I did this one because I missed it earlier. Apologies. Yeah, give me Brees and Smith. Brees and Smith. All right, Fury. Would you trade Fields, Kyron T. Higgins for Amon-Ra and J.K. Dobbins? Okay, you got Love at QB, so Fields will scratch him out. So it's Kyron and T for Amon-Ra and Dobbins. I think I'm just taking Amon-Ra and Dobbins. I mean, certainly Kyron's great, but I still prefer Amon-Ra. Does it say it's I'm going to assume PPR. I still prefer Amon-Ra. I might prefer T. Higgins to Dobbins, but it's close. Yeah, I think I'm just taking Amon-Ra and Dobbins here. Give me Amon-Ra and Dobbins. And yeah, Fields doesn't even matter for you. Fields is just like a throw-in for you. Do it. All right, Western Goods. Zach Moss or Wicks at the flex in PPR. Not a good spot for Zach Moss this week against the Ravens. I know he's been pretty good, but not a great spot. Wicks gets the Rams. I think in PPR, Wicks has way more upside. I'm going to go Wicks. Moss could always score, of course, but I mean, I guess so can Wicks. He did it twice last week. All right, Sir Boomer. Can I keep Cooper on the bench for Chase, Nico, and Deontay? Yes. In this case, you can keep Cooper on the bench, but I will say Cooper boomed 2 weeks ago. Cooper should have boomed last week. He got robbed by the refs. He's in another boom spot this week for sure. But at the same time, you got Chase, Nico, and Deontay. You can sit Cooper. How'd you get those wide receivers? All right, RFR, please see my question. I thought I answered one of yours earlier. Unless you have a different one. I did this one here. Where was it? I'll pull it up again. I did this one. Unless you have a different one. You said Deontay, Achane, and Chuba for Jefferson and Pacheco. And I said, I even though I want Jefferson, I think this is too much because Pacheco, we just don't know. If I felt confident, like if they were saying like, yeah, Pacheco in a few more weeks, okay, I would take the Jefferson Pacheco side. But with that uncertainty with Pacheco and the fact that Deontay is going to be great now that it's Dalton, Achane will be great when Tua's back, I'm just going to take the Deontay Achane side. So hopefully that was your question. If it's still not your question, let me know. All right, and now I got to figure out where I was again. Apologies, guys. Bear with me. Like I said. Normally, Pierre is doing this. Okay, right there. So we were right there. Okay. All right, Lil Isaiah. Evans, Connor, Singletary for Brees. No, that is too much for Brees. That is too much for Brees. Evans, just... Yeah, that's too much for Brees. Evans and Connor for Brees? I think that's too much. Like, Evans has been great. Connor's been great. I think that's a little too much. Plus, you're throwing in Singletary. I think that's too much for Brees. All right, Beast Mode Kane got Kirk, Debo, Shaheed, Galeson, and Dell. Who do we think Galeson is supposed to be? No idea. All right, Braylon Allen and Addison for Cup. I assume that's Cup. Give me Cup. Definitely give me Cup. He should be back this week or next week. Also, Pittman for Ramondre. I think that's fair. If you need running back, get Ramondre. If you need wide receiver, get Pittman. I think that one's fair. Sal saying he dropped a super chat before the stream. Well, unfortunately, it wasn't on here when I got on, Sal. Let me see. Right here. Sorry, Sal, right here. My bad. Again, normally Pierre does this. All right. 12-team half PPR lost Rice. Got Jaden Daniels, CeeDee Lamb, Chris Godwin, Deontay Johnson, Josh Downs, Achane, Singletary, Muth, bench. Jameson Williams, Charbonnet, Rashawn Johnson. Got offered DK and Connor for CD. Oh. Ooh. This is a good offer for CeeDee Lamb. Oh, man. This is a good offer for CeeDee Lamb. Let's see. You got, who are your running backs? Achane, Singles. So you definitely need running back help. I mean, I hate giving up CeeDee Lamb, but I think this might be enough. Because now, so if you think about your team, Sal, you're going from CeeDee Lamb, Chris Godwin, Deontay Johnson to DK Metcalf, Chris Godwin, Deontay Johnson. That's still really good. It's like your wide receivers are still really good. But now you're going from Achane Singletary to Achane Connor. That's a massive upgrade. I think you have to take this. I mean, I don't really love giving up CeeDee Lamb, but I think this is a good offer for CeeDee Lamb. I think in this case you got to take it. And again, apologies that I missed this. I missed some super chats today. apologies. Thank you for letting me know. Glad we were able to get your question answered. But I think I take this based on your team. It's a very good offer for CeeDee Lamb. All right. The Ilse no Hosh, something like that. Let me see if I can find your question. I don't see it. If you want to just drop a regular chat, I will look for it. Just drop a regular chat. All right, Dan B, Mixon, Connor, Etienne, Ramondre, and Brooks. Amon-Ra Smith, Adams, Higgins, and Brian Thomas Jr. What's the highest dollar for Brees? I don't know what is this a trade? Ask for Connor and Adams? I mean, I would probably trade Connor and Adams for Brees. Although that's also very close. But I mean, Adams, again, you're just banking on him getting traded. I might trade Adams and Connor for Brees. That one's close. But then that would leave you still have Mixon, Etienne, Ramondre at running backs. You're okay there. Oh no, you'd have Brees. You'd have Mixon, Brees. And you'd have Amon-Ra, Devonta Smith, Higgins, Brian Thomas. Yeah, I would probably do this. If you're saying that the person with Brees asked for Connor and Adams, I would do that trade. Because I think it helps your team. I think it helps your running back room, and I don't think it really hurts your wide receiver room. So I would do that trade. If that's what you're asking there. All right, Money Mitch. Looks like we were catching up. I'm only about 10 minutes behind here. And look, if I missed your super chat, which I've done some tonight, put it in the regular chat. Just say, hey, you missed my super chat. Or say, hey, you missed my super chat, and I'll find it. All right, Money Mitch. Pick up Love and drop Goff. Yeah, definitely. Love another one. Who dropped? Why do people drop Jordan Love? Because he was hurt for 2 games? Yeah. What are we doing, people? We only play fantasy football for the first 3 or 4 weeks? We can't think long term here? Why are you dropping Jordan Love? Not you, Money Mitch. You didn't drop him. You're picking him up. You're smart. You're picking him up. But why are people dropping Jordan Love? Pick up Jordan Love. All right, Wildcats 9. Lost Rice. Yes, that hurts. Hurts a lot of us for sure. Pick up Addison, Kirk, or Wicks. I think Kirk has to be number 1 here. Again, how is Kirk on the waiver wire? How is Addison on the way? He was hurt. Kirk number 1, Addison number 2, Wicks number 3. You're welcome and good luck. Go take advantage of your terrible league mates who drop those players. And then laugh at them when you get them. Say, ha ha. Actually, don't do that because next year they might get better. All right, Dave Henderson. Drop Tank Dell for Jaden Reed. Yes, okay. I'm about to lose my mind right here. How is Jaden Reed on the waiver wire? Like, what was he with? Like, he wasn't a bust. He wasn't hurt. What was the thought process behind somebody dropping Jaden Reed? Like, okay, Pittman was a bust. Kirk was a bust. Jordan Love was hurt. You still shouldn't drop him, but at least there's a reason. What is the reason for Jaden Reed? Yes, get Jaden Reed. Although I would say I don't want to drop Tank Dell if you can help it. Yes, but it must be a very shallow league. But get Jaden Reed. Start Harrison or Olave. Ooh. I think you still got to go Harrison. But it's pretty close. Harrison gets the Niners. Olave gets the Chiefs. Neither one really has a great spot. I think I'm still going Harrison barely over Olave. That one's close, though. That one is definitely close. Pick up Jaden Reed. You know what? You might want to even start. Well, no, don't start Jaden Reed over these guys. But, man, Jaden Reed against the Rams this week could go off. Definitely go off. All right, again, if I missed your super chat, let me know. If I see some questions here, I think we're getting close to the end. Been on here for about 2.5 hours, which normally for us is not very long, but when it's just you doing it by yourself, it's getting pretty taxing on the throat. Can't lie. All right, Mr. Rivers, who has better upside, Dowdle or Rashawn? I think it's got to be Dowdle at this point. He's the RB1 in Dallas, and I'd rather have the RB1 in Dallas than the RB 2 in Chicago, so I think it's got to be Dallas. I mean, Dowdle. Okay, so Dan, following up here, he's capped for characters. What's the highest price you'd pay for Brees? Probably Adams and Connor is the highest price I would pay for Brees. I think that's it. I would not pay more than that. That's the highest price. All right, Shane F. Trade Kamara and Garrett Wilson for Brees and Jaden Reed? I don't think so. No. I still prefer Garrett Wilson to Jaden Reed long term. If you watch the buy low today, I talk about it. Garrett Wilson has had a brutal schedule. He's still all the usage is there for Garrett Wilson. In a few weeks, his schedule is going to get cream puff easy, and he's going to go off. Kamara Brees. I mean, I might even slightly prefer Kamara at this point, but it's close. Yeah, I'm taking the Kamara Garrett side for sure. All right, Mally Mall dropped the super chat, and I've seen a lot of your chats here, so here we go. Kyler Murray, Justin Fields. I'm still going Kyler Murray. To me, Kyler Murray, if I got Kyler Murray, he's just in my lineup. I know it was definitely disappointing last week against the Commanders. Thought he would have had a big game. He should have had a big game, and he was horrible. But it's still Kyler Murray. And remember, again, let's not forget how bad Fields was weeks 1 through 3. So I'm still going Kyler here. All right, coming down to the end here. I'm glad you guys are enjoying my rant. And by the way, I did ask earlier, if you guys watched if you've watched our start sit videos all season and you watched our running back one today, let me know. Do you like the new format or do you prefer the old format? Let me know. All right. Mr. Rivers says he's got Achane and Tyreek in one of my leagues and he's tempted to trade them. I know Tua will be back, but that's like 3. I know it's so far, 3 to 4 weeks. Look, we're already in week 5 of the fantasy season. Think about how quickly we got to week 5. 3 to 4 weeks isn't that long. But if you are going to put them on the block, which is fine, you got to get studs back. Like, you got to get what you like. If let's say I'm like, you got to get a wide receiver like Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Mike Evans, DK Metcalf, maybe not Metcalf, Drake London. And then you also got to get running backs like a running back like a Connor, a Mixon, a Walker, a Brian Robinson, an Aaron Jones, a Jacobs. Like I need 2 of those guys. If I'm going to trade them away. Because you don't want to trade them away for like 50 cents on the dollar. And then Tua comes back and Devon Achane is doing what he did the first couple games and Tyreek Hill is doing what he does with Tua. And you're like, oh, all I got in return was, like, I don't know. I got JSN and whatever, like Najee Harris or something. You know what I mean? Like, and then you're like, oh, what have I done? So yeah, if you can get the right offer, do it. But remember, it's only 3 weeks. We're in week 5. Look how fast it went. It's not really that far away as it seems. All right, so fly. Murray or Jaden Daniels? We officially put Jaden Daniels in the no doubt must starts this week. All right, Rise saying he likes the new format. Thank you. Appreciate it. Says it's great. All right, awesome. Thank you. All right, let's help out Nick here. Start 2, bench 1. Braylon Allen, Singletary, and Stevenson. I'm benching Braylon Allen. I know Singletary was terrible last week in a boom spot, but he gets the usage. He's the workhorse running back there, and Stevenson's in a good spot. San Francisco 49ers run defense not very strong. Singletary and Stevenson for me. All right, this can't be real. I mean, maybe it can be real. Mellow ball, trade Chuba for Olave. Give me Olave. Olave by a mile. All right, here's that one we had earlier. The Ilse Noj. 10-team PPR, Odunze, Pitts, Andrews, Charbonnet, Akers, Shaheed, Whitten, Hopkins, Pollard. Who to drop? You can drop Pitts. Pitts is droppable. ESPN did something. They said he's like the what was it? It wasn't like an efficiency thing. Like he's got the lowest open percentage of any qualifying tight end. Like Pitts is just terrible. You can drop Pitts. You can drop Akers now. Mixon probably back, and even if Mixon isn't back, Akers is terrible. Drop Pitts, drop Akers. You could probably drop Whittington depending on who's there. Hunt, Brown, Dowdle, Wicks, Leggett. Yeah, drop Pitts, Akers, and Whittington. Get Brown, Wicks, and Leggett. Yeah, I'm not ready to drop Andrews yet. I'm close, but I'm not there yet. I mean, it's a 10-teamer. Maybe you can, but I don't know. If you want to drop Andrews for Dowdle, I guess I'm okay, or Hunt, but I'd prefer to hold him. But drop Pitts, Akers, and Whittington, and let's get Brown, Wicks, and Leggett. Ooh, here's a big boy trade. Debo and London for Kupp and Olave. Man. Why did I pull this one up? This is a tough one. I don't know. Something's telling me I want the Kupp and Olave side, but I'm very high on Olave. But I do know there's risk with Kupp, and I do really think London is going to be great, and Debo is Debo. This one's close. I think I'm going Kupp and Olave, though, but it's close. Yeah, Mr. Rivers, if you get low ball, just hold him. You don't have to start him. Although I still think Achane is a fine start. He got plenty of touches. But you can bench Tyreek if you want. All right, rough time. Someone dropped Swift. All right, that at least makes sense because prior to last week, Swift was completely awful. And it wasn't like there was any hope. Got Bijan, Cook, Walker, Sharp, and Moss's running backs. Jefferson, Diggs, Higgins, Pickens, and Scary Terry. Should I drop one? You can't drop Charbonnet because you got Walker. You can't drop any of those running backs. You can't drop any of those wide receivers. This is your whole team? This is your entire lineup? I mean, I guess. Yeah, I can't. I'm not dropping any of these guys for Swift. No. All right, Glenn White saying the phone died, but that's all right. You made it back. Devontae for Olave. I definitely want Olave here. You're again, for Devontae Adams, you're just hoping he gets traded. That's it. And then you're hoping wherever he gets traded to is somehow better. Which I guess it probably will be better, but it doesn't mean it's going to be great. Like even the Jets. Like if he goes to the Jets, are we just all of a sudden like, oh my God, Devontae Adams? I mean, Garrett Wilson is still there. Alan Lazard, Aaron Rodgers' favorite wide receiver, is still there. Mike Williams is still there. Like I don't think him going to the Jets is an upgrade. Plus Aaron Rodgers, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, so just give me Olave. All right, Shrek 2 on DVD. Sorry, I don't have a little clever thing like Pierre does, but Shrek 2 on DVD, everybody. All right, should I trade Bijan for Pickens and 2 rookie first? So this is Dynasty. Or Bijan for Garrett Wilson and 1 rookie first? I'm definitely taking Garrett Wilson and 1 rookie first. I will say Pickens and 2 firsts is definitely enticing depending on how early the firsts are. But, man, getting Garrett Wilson in Dynasty and a first? I'm taking Garrett Wilson in the first. Yeah, Garrett Wilson in the first in Dynasty. Access MIA drop D-Hop for Wandale. I don't think so. I'm not even that high on D-Hop. But yeah, I'm probably holding D-Hop. Unless you need Wandale this week because D-Hop is on bye. Puka for London. Just give me London. They're talking like Puka might be another month. London will be great. Give me London. Let's talk coffee off the ledge. Should I trade Kamara for Jacobs, Najee, and I guess that's Chubb? No. Don't do this. Look, I like Jacobs. Najee is like whatever. Chubb is like who knows. Keep Kamara here. Keep Kamara. Stroud or Darnold? I know Darnold's been better, but I'm going Stroud this week. I like his matchup a lot better. Maybe I'm wrong on Darnold. Yeah, exactly. Like and sub. It's free, y'all. Thank you. Rough times. Had Mason 2. Cup in the IR. What was the question again here from Rough Times? What was your question? Yeah, you can't. Okay, so it's for Swift. Yeah, you can't drop any of those. Yeah, you can't. You can't drop Mason or Cup. Nah. Top starts for running back this week. Nick, go check out our running back video. We just dropped it today. We have these guys ranked in tier. You will see our must starts at the very beginning of the video. Those are our top running back starts for the week. And then we also have like the very good starts right after the strong starts and then the solid. Go check it out on our channel, Nick. I'm going to shamelessly plug our channel. Drop today. Go check it out. Money Mitch again. Jacobs and B-Rob have same future buy. Okay. Got Walker and Mostert. No, you don't need to hold Mostert. Even if he is playable by the time they have their bye, you could probably just go pick him up again. Because think about it. Like, he's hurt. Let's say he comes back this week. No one's running out to pick up Mostert in this offense right now. People don't even want to play Achane right now. Yeah, you can drop Mostert and search the waiver wire. Like, if there's nothing on the waiver wire, like, sure, fine, hold Mostert. But if there's anything good on the waiver wire, you can drop him. All right, Shrek 2 on DVD was adding. My other backs are Armandre, Singletary, Spears, Sharp, Sean, and Wright. Let's go back to his question, which was right here. Yeah, okay. No, that doesn't matter. I'm taking Garrett Wilson and a first for Bijan. I mean, Garrett Wilson and Bijan in Dynasty right there is pretty close. Because again, you that young wide receiver in Dynasty has a ton of value. But getting the first thrown in, yeah, give me Garrett Wilson in the first. All right, looks like I'm all caught up, but let's do a few more here before I get out for the night. All right, let's do Alex Flowers. Who to start? Wandale, Addison, Diggs, Pickens, Reed. Well, if you can, I'll rank them. I don't know how many you need. I'm gonna go Diggs this week because the revenge game against Buffalo. Pickens I might go Diggs, Reed, Pickens, Addison, Wandale. Definitely Jaden Daniels over Justin Fields. Definitely. All right, Sunit's on here a lot. What's up? Start 2, Tyreek, Shakir, Mooney, Brian Thomas. I'm going to go Brian Thomas and Shakir. I'm going to bench Tyreek. What's the upside right now? Brian Thomas in a great spot. Shakir's pretty good. I'm going to go with those two guys. Brian, Ramondre or Chuba? I think you got to go Chuba this week. I like Ramondre, but man, Chuba. He's in a good spot, too. I think you got to go Chuba. Jimmy said he's got Brees and Achane. Do I hold both? I'm okay holding both. I'm okay trying to trade both. But again, you got to get fair value. Don't get lowballed on Achane right now. If you can get a very good wide receiver and a solid running back, or a very good running back and a solid wide receiver back, do it. But don't get lowballed on Achane. But I'm also okay just holding these guys. They'll be fine. They will be fine. Ryan, DJ Moore and Chase Brown for CMC. Yeah, this is probably a time I would gamble on CMC. Like Chase Brown, okay, fine. He had a nice game, but let's not like pretend like he's going to be a monster the rest of the season. And DJ Moore, like with Caleb, I don't know. Like this is one time where I'd probably gamble on CMC. You're not giving up too much for CMC. All right, Jason's with us a lot. Let's get Jason in here. Got Love, DK, Jaden Reed, Garrett Wilson, Jamison Williams, Del Kamara, Walker, Brian Robinson, Pollard, Childs. Should I drop D? Yeah. If you're not going to start the Chiefs this week, which you may or may not, they play the Saints, just drop them, grab a waiver wire claim, see what happens throughout the week. I do that a lot. If I need extra bench spot. Like we're dropping our kicker in one league because we had that guy from Green Bay, terrible. Actually lost us a point. Like what kind of league has negative points for kickers? This kicker isn't bad enough. I'm just going to pick up a waiver wire ad and drop that kicker. And then at the end of the week, if we have to, we'll drop somebody and pick up a kicker. Not a bad strategy if you need an extra bench spot. And then, yeah, try to make a trade. All right, Tyler C., what's up? Got offered Jacobs for Connor. I probably slightly prefer Jacobs, but this is very close. It's very close. Was also thinking Evans and Connor for Bijan. Again, we had the same question for Brees. I just think this is a little too much. It's not bad, but I think it's a little too much for Bijan. You got Sun God, Evans, Flowers, Shaheed, Odunze, Cook, Connor, Bucky, and Pacheco. Like, if you could do Flowers and Connor for Bijan, I would do it. I don't know if you can. But I think Evans and Connor might just be a little bit too much for Bijan right now. And Jacobs Connor is pretty close for me. It's pretty close for me, honestly. Jason, yep, I got you. Hopefully you heard it. Yeah, talked about, I will drop a defense if I'm not going to play him, or a kicker if I'm not going to play him, and pick up an extra waiver wire ad. Why not? Try to make a trade. Brian, trade Shaheed for Pickens. If you can get Pickens for Shaheed, I would do that, definitely. Tolu, oh, yes. If Pacheco is on waivers, pick him up. Why not? Again, why not? If at some point they say Pacheco season's over, drop him. But if he comes back, like, you're not gonna find Isaiah Pacheco on waivers. Yeah, rough time saying does have kickers and defense. Yeah, if you're gonna drop your kicker or defense, drop him and pick up a waiver flyer. Why not? Anthony, thank you. Have a good night as well. Pierre will be back tomorrow. All right, we're coming up at the top of the hour here. Do a few more. God's gift, Collins for Mason. Nah, I'm keeping Collins. Collins looks like a monster. Just keep Collins. Grant Robb, Jameson for Brandon Ayuk. I'm still taking Ayuk here. I know Jameson had that huge touchdown, but the last 2 weeks, his usage has gone way down. He's not going to score 80-yard touchdowns every week. I'm taking Ayuk. All right. Yep, I did this one. Tolu, yes, pick up Pacheco. Definitely. Pacheco's on waivers, add him. Unless you're in like a really shallow league and you don't have bench space for some reason. Oh, here's a hot take. Connor greater than Bijan straight up. All right. Okay. Definite hot take, but I mean, Connor's been better. I will say that. All right, we got one more from Irina. Justin Fields, how good? Well, weeks 1 to 3, he was terrible. Weeks 4, he was great, but that was the Colts. It's the Dallas this week. I'm not dropping any fab on a quarterback, honestly. Yeah, I'm not dropping any fab on a quarterback. If I don't get Fields, I'll just pick up somebody else. I mean, I agree. I do agree with you on this. People do sleep on Connor. I agree, and it's why I think Connor and Evans is too much. It's too much. And Connor is one of those guys that we even talked about it this year. It's like Connor is just one of those guys. He's just always a great value. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I still prefer Bijan. But Connor, nothing wrong with Connor. All right, Axis. I did this one already. I said I guess I don't want to drop D-Hop for Wandale unless you absolutely need Wandale this week. Brian LaFlash, trade Ramondre for London. Yeah, give me London. I still prefer London, even in half PPR. What would be a good trade to get rid of Ayuk or Puka? Like, get these guys off my team. See, the problem is, like, you're selling these guys pretty low right now, right? Their values are pretty low. I mean, like, right now they're being valued similarly to guys like Brian Robinson, which is fine. Jordan Mason, which is fine. Dobbins, Ramondre, Debo, Jaden Reed, Terry. Like, those guys are fine. All right, a couple more, and then I got to get out of here. Wicks or Flowers? I still got to go Flowers. He's the number one. Wicks still competing with Reed and Dobbs. I still got to go Flowers, even though it is a good matchup for Wicks. Okay, Andrew, do I take the risk playing Achane or play Deontay London? Play Deontay or London. You don't have to risk Achane when you have good players like this. All right, Joe D. Cooper for Kirk, Downs, Wicks, or Lazard. So you're trading Cooper for one of these guys? I guess I take Cooper for Kirk. It seems close, but I probably slightly prefer Kirk. All right, I'm a sucker for a compliment. Dimmy saying loves content. Thank you. 12-man Dynasty PPR. If I trade Walker for Achane, What pick is the highest? Do you need to give a pick as well? Maybe. Let me look here. Is HN valued that much higher than Walker in Dynasty? All right, I guess a little bit. Maybe a second. I would do like a actually maybe not even a third. A third. Walker in a third. Walker's great and he's still young. Walker in a third. Be the most I would do for HN. All right, Irina, how much fab Chase Brown in half PPR? I wouldn't go crazy here. Let's not forget the first 3 weeks he was hardly involved. But look, we like Chase Brown. We talked about him too much this offseason, probably. Again, this always comes down to your league. You got to know your league. If it's a really shallow league, you probably don't need to do more than like $5 to $7. If it's a deep league, a competitive league, you might need to go like 10 to 15. So you got to know your league. But I wouldn't go wild for Chase Brown. All right, and then SoFly, how much fab for Wicks? Again, same thing. Don't go nuts here. Christian Watson will be back. He's still competing with Reed and Dobbs and Kraft and Jacobs. Again, if it's a really shallow league, like 5 to 10 should get it done. If it's a deeper league, maybe you got to go up to 20. I wouldn't go over that. All right, guys. That's about the 3-hour mark. And no, Jason, I would not drop Dell for Wicks. I would hold Dell. All right. I think we made it. I think I got all the super chats. Hopefully I got all the super chats. Answered a lot of non-super chats as well. 3 hours of answering questions. Hope I helped all of you out. Hold on. We got one from Jade. Super chat sent without adding text. See above. Dropping kicker and defense. All right. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. Right here. Sorry. Okay. Jay. Got the number one priority. McBride and Pittman were... It's pick up Pittman. I mean, I know you need a tight end, but really, you can just stream a tight end. How good is McBride? How good has any tight end really been this year? Let's be real. Like, they're not even, like, stream a tight end. Pick up Pittman. There's no way Pittman should be on any waiver wire. That's ridiculous. I mean, McBride shouldn't be on a waiver wire either. I get that, but, I mean, it's a tight end. I'm doing it for Pittman. Doing it for Pittman. If somebody else gets McBride, oh well. How good has McBride even been? How good is any tight end going to be this year? I'll stream a tight end. Don't keep Pitts though. Drop Pitts. But get Pittman. All right. I hope that helped. Thank you for letting me know I missed it. I think I'm now officially all caught up. And I got to get out of here. Got to eat some dinner. Got to drink some water because my voice is getting hoarse from all this talking. But we'll be back tomorrow. And Pierre will be here to answer more of your questions. And also, don't forget, if you didn't get your question answered, you can always check out Draft Lane. Try to get your question answered on there. Well, if you ask a question on Draft Lane, we absolutely 100% will answer it. And it links to your Sleeper and Yahoo accounts. And if you don't have Sleeper or Yahoo, that's fine. You can also just have a general question in there. You can ask any question you want. And, of course, if you missed it for Underdog or you haven't heard about Underdog or you're thinking about trying Underdog, this is a great time because you get this new customer special, free pick. Kirk Cousins only needs to go over half a yard on Thursday Night Football. You win that pick. You pair it with any other pick, and it's an easy win right off the bat. And, of course, if you join now using promo code ENDGAME, you're also going to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash that you can use to make picks right now. So you don't even have to use your own money to make picks. You can use their money to make picks. All right, we got one more here real quick under the gun from Ron Skov again. I think we did this one. I mean, these guys should not be on waivers. I think maybe I'd go Brian Thomas 1, JSN 2, Addison 3. These guys shouldn't be on waivers. Brian Thomas 1, JSN 2, Addison 3. Get them. Get them all if you can. Get them all if you can. It's all right. You didn't interrupt me. You're good. All right, guys. That's it. Got to get out of here. Don't forget, we're going to be back tomorrow night. And again, if you enjoy the videos or our live streams or anything, just hit that subscribe button. It takes a second. Even if you're like, I'm never going to watch these guys again, hit it anyways. Makes us feel good. Hit that like button. We'll be back here again tomorrow, same time, to help you with all your questions. Running back start sit is up. Wide receiver start sit drops tomorrow morning, first thing. QB tight end also tomorrow. Check it out. All the videos you need. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll see you tomorrow.